Searching begins, find yourself within. Take up your blade, let the fears within fade. Stories are told as the die roll. Don't be afraid, make your destiny will find you in me. Friends at your side, may the group with pride. Try as you might, you now live to fight. Monster nor foe can fill you with woe. Enemies in sight, it's time to roll dice. Roll for initiative. Check, please.
Welcome back to Check, Please. Last time, who wants to give a recap?
Last time we went through the rest of the bowels of the dead mellifera corpse. We spent the night there, decided to continue, fought a giant god-eating heartworm, and then after we defeated it, we were pushed to the brain or mushroom body section of the corpse, and we were all gifted with some awesome weapons, as well as the circlet that Vera was looking for.
Hooray!
Hooray!
And now we have just teleported back to whatever the city is called.
Bitter Landing?
The Bitter Landing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Wonderful. Well, in that case, you guys got there and you rested till the morning. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. We just kind of got there. I don't know if we decided what
we
we
faded to white as we
okay.
teleported away. Was how it ended.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, all right, I'll call it noon. That's fine. Alrighty, so it is around noon. You all arrive in Bitter Landing, and the town is pretty much as you left it. It's a standard port town in Selaway, so it's mostly a fishery with quite a lot of boat activity, of like small boats going out, catching fish and coming back in.
Well, that's impressive that we can do that. But that also means horse is gone for a while.
Yeah, probably for the rest of the day.
Mm-mm.
What?
Nothing.
He'll be here.
I don't care.
Oh, neither do I.
Rizen's glaring at you. This... Was it a wood elf, I believe your descriptor was? Or just a...
It is a... Yes, it's wood elf. I
Okay.
believe.
This wood elf is glaring at you.
As they do. Disgusting. Actually, Vera does not dislike wood elves in particular.
Just
it's high elves.
You bitch. Poor soul.
Well, are we just gonna wait out in the cold, or are we gonna go inside?
Riz is just fidgeting.
Wait, we stayed in the Valdo. I don't remember. But we ate somewhere else.
Oh yeah, we went to... Is it even on here?
No, there are no pins.
It's on here. You went to a place called the Warren.
Like the Warren. Okay, like that works. I don't know.
Are
I'm going to stand out here in the cold. Fuck this.
Are the snowmen still there? That Archie built?
Yes.
Yay!
They're like, hey, something to make this boring town more interesting. Come on, let's just go back into the Warren.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll go back in there, I guess get some drinks.
Okay, you go back inside the Warren, and inside it is warm, it is comfortable. There are animal furs, like, on the backs of all the seats. The entire place has a nice orange glow to it from all the hearths. And the proprietor, the person behind the bar, is sort of this stout-looking woman with a seal skin draped around her.
I literally can't talk to these people.
Oh, do not worry. I will go up. Give me one moment. And Riz stands up and goes over to the proprietor. Hello there. I would like some food and drinks for my friends. They will be paying.
And do you want rooms for the night as well, or just the meal?
There's a daunting look on Risen's face, like, we will need rooms too. Thank you.
All right, so they'll total up the cost of everything, and it'll come out to be about 3 gold pieces.
Lovette! 3 gold pieces for everything.
Okay, I've got it covered.
Thank you, wonderful!
Well, not paying
All right,
for
go ahead and
this.
deduct 3 gold pieces, and that is enough to pay for a lavish meal and rooms for the night.
And drinks!
And drinks, yes.
Riz goes down to sit with everyone again, still looking fidgety and quite unhappy.
Nice.
For you, Vera, their ears are down. Upset elf expression.
What do they look like to Petravian?
An old, sad person that's all haggard and gross and shit. But sad. Sadder than they already were, because they have a humpback, too.
I think Kurla this whole time would have been sort of hanging towards the back of the party. They've put their hood back up, and they stick close to Riz once the party kind of sits down, and they look kind of lost in thought and not really there.
So Petravian,
Petravian has been...
little-
Petravian has been just absolutely ogling his Petravian has been ogling his hammer. Just like turning it over, turning it, like moving it, like, and he gets kind of startled. Oh, yes, sorry.
a little negotiation suggestion in the future.
Hmm.
If you bring someone on a business adventure with the
Mhm.
promise of making large gains financially,
Mm-hmm.
probably make sure that they do not just lose money on the trip.
Well, the trip's not over yet.
It's certainly the case, because I have only spent for everything right now. Not really understanding why I'm the one funding this.
Oh.
I'm looking to Vera for that too.
Hey, I promise that you might get more money after the fact.
After
You know-
the fact,
Once Mellifera becomes reborn. The whole
Wait.
thing.
what?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's not what you said.
You got fucking scammed!
That is what I said.
There is
You're
no,
thinking
there's
about
no-
what Petravian said.
You didn't say anything about about waiting on this entire process. We are going to leave the circlet and making our way back.
I mean, first of all, I did say it, but either way, I'm sure we'll be getting you far more money in the future from our mead business. That was the deal.
Well, I certainly hope so. I am glad that everyone did come out okay, so.
Lovette, you should be making Petravian pay, since he promised such things.
I think I'm going to do that, actually.
Oh.
Yes.
Lovette, I can reimburse you for the mercenaries. But
Yes,
I will
the
say,
cost is negligible, but
I turn to Riz and Kurla. You helped immensely.
Oh.
But I'll need you to come with us to the hive.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they need to come with us. They were given these gifts from Mellifera, and she said they would be needed. So
Kurla finally speaks up. I'm sorry, I think I misunderstood you or misheard you. Did you just tell me what I need to do?
yes, I did.
I think you might want to rethink that and rephrase it and say it again.
Would you
I'm not
mind?
about to sit here and be told what I need to do. Not by anyone, not by you, not by anyone at this table, not by anyone in this town.
Vera's face flattens. Would you please join me to the hive with the gift that Mellifera has given you?
I'll think about it.
You'll think about it.
Oh, shit, you just got...
I'm gonna need more than just a shiny knife as a reason.
I slam my scythe down on the table, and it sheathes itself. If you try to take what Mellifera has given you without returning to her and helping her.
Remember this, Petra? Remember this is you?
You know, I'm getting some real flashback moments here.
Yeah, me too.
Just like drinking really heavily. Oh! Isn't it normally I'm supposed to be threatening everybody there, Vera? Is that's
Vera shoots a glance at Petra. We'll see how this turns out. And Vera sits down.
Kurla just sort of hum to themselves.
Riz is just kind of watching all of you while tracing their fingers on the ringlets, on the knots of this old staff that they have that's now been blessed, I guess? A weird thought for them. But they haven't said much, but they're just staring at you guys with a curiosity look.
Petra leans over to Lovette and just says, "Like old times, huh?"
Golly. Well, had all the wells. So I assume that you expect the same of me. It's not as big of a trip for me, so I can still buy the temple.
We'll see what's needed from Mellifera.
But
I don't even know if these artifacts are required, but if they are, they need to be there.
I'm not offering ownership, intellectual rights of this gauntlet to Mellifera for her contribution, but I will say it is rather intriguing, and I might be able to pick up some new things on this.
I look at your gauntlet. What did it do to it? Did it look completely different, or it's just a section that looks different?
Yeah, so there is a new section on it. There's like a new dial or a new indicator, some sort of new piece on it. There's also like an access panel on the side that if you open it, you can see a sliver of MacGuffinite inside. And then the entire thing has sort of been cleaned, and it now has like a white color to the top, and it has sort of a gold inlay across the whole thing. So it does look a bit cleaner and nicer than it did before.
What exactly is that thing, Lovette?
Was this going up?
No. The thing that happened to it. It has new thingy.
Was it MacGuffinite? Are you not familiar?
I don't know, actually. I doubt it. I really doubt it, Beardy.
No.
Okay. Never heard of it.
If
Apologies.
you're really from other worlds, I would think that you might be more familiar. They say that it's travel between planes. A little hectically.
You don't need stone to travel between planes.
We did. We had a burial around this world until about 5 years ago. And it was the only way to leave the world at the capacity.
That's right. That is why you had Baby World. Right. Makes sense.
Yes.
Something about the theoretical sheet and metaphorical needle.
Yes, think about that, yes.
Do you mean the metaphysical needle and the metaphorical blanket?
Yeah, that's it.
Makes sense.
How did you know that?
Only crazy people get it.
That explains it.
Nods to self.
Have we gotten our drinks yet?
I think so.
Oh yeah, no. Petra was
Yeah.
while all that was going on, Petra was just drinking very heavily, watching the conversation go on, and he was just like, "Oh shit, is this what I was like?"
So Vera's probably right now just drinking mead and just keeps on glancing over, watching Kurla.
Kurla is just sitting there with a kind of smug look. Not a smug look. Kurla's just sitting there with the tiniest smirk on their face, sipping at whatever they were drinking. I guess ale or...
Yeah, the town specializes in... Yeah, I guess it would just be an ale around here.
I like bitter dark ones, yes.
I mean, they might actually have like a fish wine if you guys are really
Oh god.
adventurous.
That does not sound appetizing.
Wine is for people who are, well, you know.
Fish head wine sounds like head cheese.
Ah.
Well, they use the whole fish, not just the head.
Mm-hmm. Ugh.
That's what gives it that body
Oof.
The
No,
whole
thank you.
body.
of the fish.
It's just
Yeah.
they use sardines and it's just floating inside the like a tequila worm.
Mhm.
Garnish, one might
It's a
say.
fish. Yeah, fish in every bottle.
Drink up, Vera. You did good. You helped your god.
Mm-hmm. Just sipping away.
Happy sip. So you seem very upset. Poke bee, poke bee.
What could I be upset about?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. After all, we barely know each other. Sip.
Sometimes it's hard to tell when people are parasites and when they're not.
What the fuck does that mean?
Maybe we'll figure it out.
Okay. I doubt I will be leaving unless you excuse me.
Kurla turns to Riz. So you're prepared to go with this one? And the rest of the party?
Look, I don't have much choice in this.
What is this with no choice? Everyone's got the choice here.
That's so arguable.
I know I don't have the choice. But I mean, choice is not the right word. I've pledged myself, so... And the Hive is now my home. So, there's no place I want to be.
At all?
I can't imagine myself anywhere else.
Oh, so you mean there's no place you would rather be?
Right.
That makes more sense then.
It's this fish wine. It's got...
You actually drank that?
Well, I'm...
Oh.
What the fuck?
That's what that smell is!
Oh
Oh!
my god!
I thought you farted!
Oh! Lovette, scoot over closer to me. That is
Yes,
disgusting.
please. Ugh.
Ugh.
I mean,
Oh, sh-
it's kind
Why
of...
does it smell like brimstone?
I am so sorry.
It's the wine you chew.
Brimstone? Have you
Yes.
been talking to Mephistopheles?
Not personally. Not vaguely.
Well, you did the whole contract speech, I assume. I am sorry.
Oh no, this is a gnome thing. Some
Oh.
sex is complex as well.
True. But I like him more for lucky side. More for travel, you know.
I guess.
Very good person. Love him.
Okay.
Appreciate much, yes.
Well, either way, we're stuck here until you get your horse back.
Why are you upset with me, Vera?
Not upset. And Vera's gonna get up quick and kind of go into like a different corner, and it's gonna pull out the circlet. And I'd like to inspect it.
Alrighty. What you see is a silver platinum circlet. It's beautiful, and it looks extremely fragile in how thin, like, the wire work of the circlet is. It looks like you could bend it with your hands and just like smash it up. It's so tiny. The workmanship is so fine in it. However, it's actually very, very resilient. If you actually tried to damage it, it's quite resistant to damage.
I'd like to activate my detect magic and look at
Okay.
this thing.
It glows brightly with all magic schools.
Are you going to put it on?
As you said, Vera was like just about to put it on. It's like it was raising up, and then as you say that, it goes directly back down to her side, and she quickly puts it into her knapsack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's for yet.
Oh, I thought it would look very pretty on you.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Like a princess. You have princesses here, yes?
Like just gritting from side to side with their teeth.
No, just queens.
Bash. Well,
Wouldn't
Just
be
queens?
surprised. No, that's not true. He doesn't know politics.
I would assume there would be duchesses, ladies, lords. You know, if you have queens.
Yes. That's normal. It is that way.
Okay. I assume I should be taking world advice from you rather than... Yeah.
It might be a wise idea.
Just heartily slaps your back.
It's like a mechanical rattle from all the like attachments for the arms.
I am
Yeah.
sorry, Lovette. I did not mean to damage you. I am
That's
soft-handed. I did not think I would...
Apparently I'm soft everything.
Well, that can be good. If you're soft, that means that you can aid those who have hardened, so you can catch them when they fall.
Oh.
We need people like that in this world. All worlds, really.
We do. Okay. But this... I was saying, I don't know what the circuit would be for if not for you, Vera. I can't imagine anyone else is intended to wear it.
Yeah, but I don't want to risk it.
It definitely won't fit me.
I
Well,
suppose.
I'm going to bring it to the hive, and then we'll find out what it's for.
That is reasonable. Okay. I don't think that you have much to worry about either.
Gosh,
Actually, I'm going to hit my staff against the floor, and I'm going to just ask,
Melly, are you there?
gotta get that voice mod on. Gotta get that voice mod on.
Gotta get that voice mod good booted up. Alright.
Boot up, just screaming.
Bees!
Yes, sister?
What are we supposed to do with the circlet? Do we just bring it to the font?
Yes, bring it back. When it's united with the other pieces, it can be cleansed, blessed, and then the ceremony can begin.
So, Vera turns back to the party.
Yeah, we're just bringing it back to the temple.
Oh, I wanted to see it on you. But it looks so cute.
Yeah, maybe later.
Yes.
It's a joke. It's not happening.
Oh, you're not very good at jokes, just so you know.
Yeah, I've been told that my entire life.
Entire life?
Listen, this isn't about me.
It is kind of, actually. This whole... be goddess. Yes? Goddess? God?
Goddess.
Goddess? Well, it's kind of your thing, is it not? It seems like Petravian is your thing, and goddess is your thing.
Well, what do you mean by thing?
He is yours.
I look at Petravian with this kind of weirded out face, like, what?
Lovette is like snort laughing, trying really hard not to laugh.
Not really, he's Eden.
Yes, but he listened to everything you say mostly within means. He seems a bit stubborn.
They're not wrong.
But yes, Mellifera is what I've devoted myself to.
Nothing wrong with that. You seem to be happy with it.
Well, hopefully after this it'll be a lot easier.
That kind of comment concerns me, but okay.
What? She'll have more power to help everyone in the hive. How is that bad?
No, it is the way you said it. That is all. I have heard many people like that. I am old.
Mm-hmm.
You don't seem that old.
Well, darling, listen. As far as I know, I'm at least over 160 or 80-ish.
Really? You look
Yes.
incredible for a human.
Well, I look
Wait.
like human to you, remember?
Yes. Oh, I keep forgetting.
Petra would looks at Lovette like, ooh, hey, Jesus, keep that opinion to himself.
Foaly, you were going to say something before. Sorry.
Yeah, Kurla this whole time will have been sipping on the ale and thinking about things, and Kurla is going to turn to Riz and say, "Are you really prepared to go with them then? There's no way of talking you out of it."
Well, I need horse first.
Well, after that.
I don't see any other paths I can take currently.
Kurla
Perhaps
sighs
someone-
and says, "Right, you did me a kindness, that's why I'm sticking with you, so I'll keep sticking with you, but it's for the sake of that and not for the sake of any god," and I shoot Vera a glare on that last word.
So I twitch.
Riz will put a hand on Kurla's shoulder. The fact that you are staying around means I can help you more. And I appreciate that.
I'm confused. Was there somewhere pressing you intended to be before you joined with us, Kurla? What is so distressing about this direction as opposed to another one?
I'm confused. How is that any of your business?
Why,
My business is
your-
my business, your business is your business. We've got a little bit of business between us right now, but the day will come when it ends, and on that day, that'll be it. Why are you so concerned about me and where I came from?
I, in this instance, simply trying to find a point of agreement. If you had nowhere pressing to be, then what is the distressing thing about heading in this direction as opposed to another one? However, now that you've opened the topic of conversation, I'm just trying to be sociable, I suppose. I definitely understand what it's like, believe it or not, to be outcast just for who you are, for what you are. So I thought that maybe you could use someone to relate to you on that point, but if you would rather push me out, then I have no problem with it.
Lovely. Glad we got that cleared up then.
Loud sip on the ale from Riz.
Mm-hmm.
They're not always going to be this much of a douche, I promise.
Don't feel bad, this is enjoyable for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Vera has taken out that ice shard from the frostworm or whatever, and it's just kind of inspecting it.
It's cold in your hands.
I dip it in the mead to see what happens. Just like partially. I want to see if it freezes over.
All right.
Frosty.
You dip it in the mead, and it sort of fizzes and bubbles, almost like it's carbonated a little bit. Like, you're not sure. You've never seen something quite like this effect before. But yeah, you're putting it in, and it's sort of causing the liquid to bubble.
That reminds me. Lovette, you are a smart person, yes? You are an inventor. You make things, yes?
I am an inventor, yes.
I would like to make one of those icy crystals into a box that can keep food longer. Like ice,
yes.
but more efficient.
Yes. That makes sense. You can see how I figure something out for that.
Can you? That would be amazing. Would love to put in Vardo. Would help a lot. And that way we can keep food longer.
It makes it less compact if I set up a compartment over here on the side, and I'll start sketching in my obsession log.
Riz is just kind of has an elbow on the table, leaning over, watching whatever the fuck you're doing. They don't understand what you're doing, but they're trying to be supportive. Yeah. Oh, I like the swirls. Sometimes, depends on the day. And what you say.
And how much you pay.
That's true. Riz is very happy with Lovette.
Inventing the refrigerator. It's awesome.
It's Billy Bass, rock music,
Yeah.
the refrigerator,
Yep. The mosh pit as well.
mosh pit.
Sitting cross-legged.
Yep.
Crisscross applesauce.
Yep.
Too bad Soul didn't invent applesauce. They're like, crisscross applesauce. People are like, apple what? Like, oh my god. I didn't think about this, but oh my god.
And so Vera's just going to put away this thing. Is this like even worth anything?
Yes. Would you like me to sell it for you?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Selling what?
The ice crystal.
Yeah, we got two,
Oh, yeah.
so I have one and Vera has one.
Because Vera thinks it's worth like 10 gold.
It's 1,000.
Yeah.
Riz sitting here sweating like money.
What are you going to do with that?
I don't know. Maybe someone will like it at the hive.
But that's not
It's
a
just
good way to
it's a
pay
cool stone.
Lovette.
It's like 10 gold.
It's 1,000 goldish.
What?
Fuck you.
It has made your drink very cold, by the way.
I guess as collateral,
We could use this in the middle.
Lovette.
Mm-hmm.
In lieu of the fact that you haven't gotten anything in this journey yet, you can decide what you want to do with this, okay?
Well, I think that we might have actually come up with a solution that would come out profitably.
So Vera will wrap this crystal in like some kind of linen and hand it to Lovette.
Oh, that is cool. Let's grab it with the mechanical hands. Keep it held in them.
Can I touch that?
I'm sorry if I wasn't more clear, but I hope that helps a little bit.
Look, solve all problems, yay!
Just like glances over, like eye roll with turn to Riz.
They wave at you politely. Hello.
I'm not trying to rob you, Vera. If we let you to sell this, I will not take it from you.
No, I'm glad that it's something that I could pay you.
I appreciate it.
I just don't really have that much that I can give. Most of the things are in some way divine by nature.
I just here so you'd be okay.
Very faint smile, just like up and down on Vera's face.
Thanks, Lovette.
I cannot tell if she twitched or not, but I think that was good.
He's going to be narrating my life. Is
I find you enjoyable to watch and observe.
there anything to do in this damn town?
Wait for horse.
That's not an activity.
It is for me. I am dying on the inside.
It's going to be here safe. They've probably made journeys on the sea thousands of times.
Meanwhile, on the ship.
Wait, your horse wouldn't give a shit.
No, it doesn't do anything. Lovette and Kurla, since you're sitting right next to Riz, you can see their hands. Although steady. If you look closely, they're shaking quite a bit. It's subtle, but it's shaking.
While we're having our conversations, I'm actually going to, with noticing how Riz is like shaking and such, I'm going to send a message to the captain of the ship. So I've got that ready.
Okay, yeah, sending spell.
Yeah, I'm using my spell rather than the fire opals, so I just have it typing it out. But I guess Lovette will kind of read out loud as she's typing. How is your voyage coming? Is everyone okay? Do you have an estimated time of arrival? Please do not let anything happen to the horse.
Kurla, having also seen the hand shaking, is going to again quietly say to Riz, "You know, they'll be all right. It's going to be all right. They'll get here, and you'll get your horse back."
Oh, I am fine. I am not worried. It is just the second night we are not going to be there in my, home. Anyways, it will be wonderful tonight. I will be in a new place. I will not sleep.
Why don't we use that magic railroad we used inside my fella?
I can, but it is different. Actually, it will be third night if I think about it correctly. Third! This will be third night!
A look of genuine concern kind of replaces the snarling scorn on Kurla's face that's usually the resting Kurla face. And they say to Riz, if there's anything that I can do, I'm here for you, right?
I do, the Kurla. Do not worry. It will be alright.
It will. It really will. You don't have to worry.
Sorry, a response is going to come in from the ship's captain. Should arrive tomorrow, sometime afternoon.
Oh no.
Horse is fine. Making good time with the wind.
Oh my god, what is...
Wow.
Is that the Kraken?
Jesus.
Or you just, horse is fine. No, put that down.
Stop eating everything!
No, stop chewing on that. Stop it.
Put it down. Get it out. Get that out of your mouth. Which
I
you
hope
wouldn't.
they have not touched horse. That would be very unfortunate for them.
Why?
What happens if they touch the horse?
No one should touch horse.
Well, did you notify them of this? Because they might
I
not.
did. I did,
Okay.
actually. Before we left, I said, do not touch horse.
Let's pretend that they did touch the horse.
Yeah, let's pretend for a moment that happened. What would be the consequence?
Well, let's just say you don't want to know.
I definitely do want to know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be asking if I did not want to know, actually.
That's two people that want to know.
I am
I
fully
can't
invested
tell
in
you.
knowing. You can't tell us or won't. It's okay, either way.
Vera puts up a third finger.
I cannot actually tell you.
Okay.
Oh,
What?
can't? Okay, can't is good. I can. I'm fine with can't.
You have stuck some with a bunch of workers that don't really know you, so there is a reasonable chance that happened.
Well, hold on. Are we talking about a magical can't, or are we talking about I could, but I'm not can't?
What does the last one mean?
The last one is the last one.
I could tell you, but I can't?
but you won't.
Oh no, I just cannot. First one. But not magical, I just cannot tell you.
I like to sense motive this illusion of a wood elf.
Sure, go for it.
I want to see this. I would also like to roll a sense motive.
All right, that's going to be a 22 for Vera.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not even trained in it, but oh well. Let's see. It's not. I couldn't get.
You don't
it.
need to be trained
Yeah.
for sense motive.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to get above a 20 anyway.
Just do it.
You got it. 17.
That's not bad. You both think that Riz seems unsure, but also seems to think that's true?
So you just cursed in 17 different ways?
Oh, you would be surprised. Or perhaps not. Who knows? Fun times, yes.
How many curses do you have?
I don't know.
Yeah, Vera just has this kind of confused look like,
What are you?
Well, as far as I know, this is just been the way things are since I can remember, you know?
Do you know what you were cursed for?
No.
No. That's tragic. It's not really fair.
I didn't particularly think they were curses at first. Perhaps blessings, but you get old. You realize some things, and perhaps not as good of a blessing as you thought it might have been.
Wait, can you see yourself?
I think. I explained this last time we were here.
Was I here?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Kurla was the one that walked outside to build a snowman with Archibald.
No, I wasn't listening.
Oh. Well.
Vera, come on. Decorum.
Hey, I heard it now.
Well, yes. I look like something to me. Archibald seems to see the same thing that I see, which is very curious.
Well, he said that he saw Lovette's mom.
No. When we asked him later, he said that I look like how I thought I looked. I think I see how I... Very confusing, yes.
You think, therefore you are.
Are you sure you've tried to remove curse? Petra, don't you have something that can do something about this?
Go for it, it'll be funny.
Best I can do is, ensorcelled.
Excuse me?
Gesundheit. Yes, there.
Well...
If you're going to ensorcel them, at least buy them dinner first.
Lovette built me dinner.
Actually...
Are you feeling something?
Mechanically, it says that mechanically, it also acts as dispel magic.
That's just dispel magic.
You
That's
can
not
try
remove
it.
curse.
It's not going to work, but you can try
Oh.
it. Petra doesn't know.
Petra doesn't
This
know.
will be fun.
I mean,
Nothing's going to work.
I could try. Let me...
Go ahead. Just be prepared for a slight shock.
Sure.
Physically or emotional? Should I move?
You might want to move, Lovette. Here, let us switch places, okay? I'll be next to Smelly Petravian.
Am I sitting next to you?
I have Lovette on my left side and Kurla on my right, and
Okay.
then I guess Petravian's on
Lovette's
Lovette's left, and then you're there.
I'm
and-
probably on the outer.
Yeah,
because
you're-
I got it
Everyone's
out
more
before.
bunched up, and then there's you.
That's how I would imagine it too, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
That's usually how it
Lovette's sitting next to Kurla.
Yeah.
Petra will say, I'm relatively new to doing this, so... here, give me your hands. Let's see if this works. So Petra's...
Oh, my old craggly hands that you see. So here you go.
So Petra's gonna concentrate and cast Lay on Hands and see if the dispel magic aspect of the mercy will work.
Kurla is going to back up a little bit and kind of shake their head because I feel like in the time that they spent on the road with Riz, they would have probably tried a few healing spells as well. So they probably know that this might not end well. So yeah, they're going to back up.
Yo, Keni has this fucking evil smile going on over here.
It uses the Paladin's level as the caster level, so level 12.
That's... Wait, is that the limit?
It would be 13 now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we're
Oh, so yeah, now level 13. A maximum of 20, so it's a level 13 caster level.
Well, Beardy, what happens?
Okay.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs?
Petravian, I'm going to take you to a secret room for a second.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
I'm
Bye,
sorry.
buddy.
Oh, no. What did I do?
Okay. All right. So you rub your hands together and you focus, and they start to kind of glow that glow they do when you lay on hands with someone, and you lay your hands upon Risen, and you're going to heal them, but you feel something or someone watching you. Especially like when you try to dispel, like when you're trying to. You said it's a dispel magic?
It's
right?
Yeah, it would be like a level 12, a level
Okay.
13 dispel magic.
Gotcha. Okay. That's just enough to be basically annoyance. So in that case, you're going to use this ability, and you get the sense that something has taken notice of this attempt, and it is not happy.
Oh shit.
So
Hello?
No. There's no communication.
Oh,
Just
okay.
you get a weird sense of foreboding, like something has just noticed what you've done.
Oh, no.
So I'll put you back up now. So Petravian lays on hands, and a moment passes. There's no appreciable difference in the state of Riz.
Petravian's face contorts into just like this look of great concern, and then he opens his eyes, looking at Riz, and just said, "Who did this to you?"
That's a good question, isn't it? Fun times. Anyways, can I have another drink, please?
The barmaid comes by and gives you a big tankard full of the fish wine.
Here you go, Petravian. This is for you.
He downs it. He downs it in one.
All right. So it is customary when we are drinking a lot to roll some fortitude saves.
Yep.
Did you have fun in there, Skrewy?
I have great concern. Nothing bad yet has happened, but something might happen.
Petra has a very large sack and is now all filled with concern.
Yes.
That is a filled concern sack.
Yes. Oh, I think we've just attracted something.
Did you have fun
Wait,
there?
What?
Wait, what?
I don't know who or what did this to Riz, but they know.
Riz looks bored.
They know I tried to remove it, and I don't think they're happy with me.
Interesting.
Bye-bye. But really, I did... What did you do? Alright, well, cool. This is not a first for us, I guess.
Riz is just rolling their eyes.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
Who said it was your fault?
No, I'm just playing myself.
Are things normally your fault?
No, they're normally
Vera.
mine.
I point at Petravian like,
Don't worry, Petravian. It is only your fault, then.
No, a lot of times it's actually Chisel's fault.
Ah, I see.
Oh, mine.
I'm gonna need another one.
Do you call to the wait?
Yes. I'm in a very... I don't go... Petra does not snap. He just goes, another this way, please.
All right. The barmaid swings by and will deliver another round of drinks.
Petravian, you've literally killed a practical tiny god before.
You've killed Tiny God?
Kurla's ears perk up under their hood.
For the second time today, I would say.
I mean,
if you...
What we killed earlier was not good.
Well, no, but that's what I think you're referring to, is it not?
Well, I was talking about Glarv.
Yeah, as well, yes. But there's also pretty sizable kills. Not sure if we're getting a heal, but...
Well, he didn't react this way then.
Yeah, well, there was a lot more going on then.
It felt larger than Glarv.
Yes, and it kind of... I don't know about you, but I didn't feel like we made the right decision as soon as we had made it.
Riz is sitting there with such a confused expression at this point. What the fuck is a Glarv? I've never heard of this god. Another primal?
No, it's... There was this... Oh, do you want to tell a story, Lovette?
He's a devil of some sort. A greater fiend. We had to vanquish. Well...
Something about an egg at one point. I distinctly remember being told about an egg.
I could make eggs in the morning when... Oh no, I can't.
He was one of the cohorts of Ish.
Of Gleishnal. Which is a name that is still whispered around here, but I'm not going to feel a name. Yes. Are you familiar with the name?
No, I've never heard of that name.
Could I do a knowledge religion check to see if I would have heard anything about that, or something
You
about
certainly can.
this in the past
Yes.
5 years?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'll do the same then.
Thank you.
30.
Nicely done. And that is an 18 from Kurla.
Okay. Kurla, you have not heard of anything like this. Risen, a 30 is really, really good. So you've heard maybe a rumor at some point about something that took place 5 years ago, some sort of event.
Well, I've been in this world.
Yeah, while you've been in this world.
Okay.
So you might have picked up a thing here or there.
But would I have specifically heard of Ish's name?
Yeah, that would have been mentioned
Okay.
with it. So it's something that hasn't really spread far and wide around the world yet.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Pick up their ear to the ground in high places.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it is broadcasted in the Maleferent Temple in the Holy City because there's like a plaque about Soul in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm using Soul as propaganda piece.
Jesus
Well, I think I heard of it here or there while traveling in this world, but not outside of this world.
Well, most worlds that hear about Ish are destroyed soon after, so...
Yes. He's an asshole.
You see. And you have gone toe-to-toe with this one, yesterday?
I tap on my eye.
Take my leg.
And then
Look
Riz
at-
looks at Petravian scars.
No,
The two.
no. These were caused by an accident, but Grishnell pulled my head off. And it was only by the mercy of Maleferent that I survived.
Also, during this conversation, Vera's eye will light up.
Well, I'm
Oh.
sorry you all had to deal with that. Having parts taken off is not an enjoyable one, obviously.
Not really, no.
I just thought you got, like, fucked up by a monster that was, like, you know, big bear or some shit.
They were no monster.
I can take a bear.
I believe that. I have seen muscles.
And Riz will point their squishy ass arms. Very strong.
Vera does not know how to respond to that.
But they're out and open.
Yeah?
Do you not like people complimenting you about appearance, Vera?
I don't like people talking about me in general, really.
You are leader of organization, yes?
No.
No?
We all lead it. I just have the staff that I can communicate with my sister.
She's the leader.
Okay, thank you.
Lovette.
So, would it actually be that weird if people talk about you if you're one of the, let's see, icons of your group?
It doesn't mean I have to like it.
True, but I think you should, get used to it.
Just like roll my eyes.
Just suggestion.
What time is it?
And I just like look out. Is there like a window?
There's probably a window
It's
in that
still
corner.
afternoon.
Yeah, there's windows.
It's like
It's
12:20.
3 p.m.
Yeah, maybe 30 minutes have passed.
We're all day drunk as fuck.
And at this
Stop.
time, Petra. I didn't get another fortitude for the second one that came through. 16. That's an 8. And a nat 20.
8 and a nat 20.
There you go.
Jesus.
There you go.
Kurla will have probably had a couple by now as well. So, 17 and a 20.
Unnatural.
Unnatural 20.
Cool.
I figured I'd roll once because I'm casually drinking water. I got a 12.
And Vera will have 2.
Roll.
No.
No? Oh, that's right! I'm so sorry.
You're just drinking it for the fucking honey. I assume you always have mead in some way, or you're
Oh, it's
adding
mead.
honey to shit.
But there's reasons why I'm not rolling.
You make me nervous. I don't like you.
Challenge me to a drinking game.
Nah, it's not really Riz's speed.
I know.
So, Petra, having a couple in him, is getting a little loose, and he reminds himself, Lovette, with all this dispelling magic and everything, how's your mother?
Lovette kind of grimaces at that, like, correlation. She seems to be doing okay. She seems to be happy, but she's strange to me, but I'm not sure if that's really the case.
Your mother is cursed as well.
Yes. It's complicated and I don't really know the details.
Isn't that the realistic statement of the year?
Yeah, I suppose.
Do not worry. Seems like common thing nowadays.
I don't know if that's good.
Probably not, but I try not to think about things like that too hard. Makes sad. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Alright, time for another round.
And I think the group drinks for the day, unless y'all want to say anything else.
No, I think that's. I think we're just gonna be day drunk for the rest of the day.
Vera will go up to the bartender at like some point and try to ask if there's any like missing people, like issues, any
Oh yeah.
rumors. But she doesn't speak the language, so she just starts talking louder and slower.
Oh my god!
I am at least going to. I mean, if you're being loud enough, then I can at least fucking pitch in, and I want to try and help with linguistics.
Is anyone missing?
I do like walking motion with my hands, and then like a vanishing motion.
All right, so as a 20 on my linguistics, am I able to translate this at all? Okay, yeah.
You do your best to translate what Vera is saying, and the barkeep will say back to you something in Seloise that is... You're not sure. It could be maybe like, find the friendly dragon? You're not sure. It doesn't make any sense to you.
Do these people know Xeno or something? What's going on? Well, I'm not sure if I got that. Can you say that again?
Is this the same barkeep as before? Because didn't they speak another one?
Nothing that we know. It's something that Riz-
Kurla and Riz
yeah.
know. I think it was Vatrin? Was it?
Yeah, it's Vatrin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the people here, a lot of them will they'll have like Vatrin or Muscovan as a second language.
Kurla, I think, is going to see the two at the bar failing to communicate and hear them getting louder and louder and just kind of sigh to themselves and then get up and cross over to the bar and still kind of keeping their distance from the other two, but again, just sighs and says, "You having fun there?"
Not really, no. I hate language barriers.
What is it that you're trying to say?
I'm just trying to see if we can help around here. Is there any sort of missing people or bounty work or something like that?
Kurla slips into Vatrin and says to the bartender, "Right, these two idiots are trying to ascertain whether or not there's anything around here to do for a pack of adventurers, any missing people, that kind of thing, anything out of the ordinary, anything unusual."
I mean, I'm a bartender, not a signpost for jobs.
Kurla's going to take out a gold piece and slide it across the bar and keep their finger on it. "Right, you're a bartender, though. You hear things, so, maybe think a little bit harder about the question you're asked."
Jesus Christ.
The person squints at you, thinks for a moment, and says, "Well, there are caravans that come in from time to time. I suppose they could use assistance because some of them never return. When they cross overland, there's any number of things out there on the shelf that will make a meal of them."
Right, and what direction would that be?
East and north.
Refresh me, what direction did we come into town from? Is he talking about the
We
same
came in from
thing
the
that-
west.
Okay, so not what we encountered on the road.
Yeah,
so
she's
let me pull
she's
up
talking
some
about
here.
Opposite directions of probably where we'd
Yeah.
go.
So basically, in any caravans traveling across the blasting plains, they have issues being attacked and destroyed going overland. So shipping right now is typically only via the waterways. So
Okay.
shipping goes either by boat from Anvik to Bitter Landing, or by boat from Bitter Landing to Warm Roots. But any overland travel across the blasting plains is really bad right now.
Gotcha. So,
So yeah, she'll explain that. And then take your gold piece.
yeah, Kurla will take their finger off it. Right, thank you very much for that. It wasn't so difficult now, was it? And they're going to slip back out of Vatrin back into Vilish and say to Lovette and Vera, Right, something about caravans going missing or maybe being attacked to the north and the east. That's about all I know of strange goings-on around here.
What, into the stormy snow?
I mean, you're the one who asked.
Oh, yeah, I was hoping it's somewhere, I don't know, warmer than ice.
Yes, it doesn't sound like it's going to pay out terribly well, so...
It's in the opposite direction.
Kurla just shrugs. Hey, you wanted to know. Kurla just walks back to the table and sits down again.
So I'm pretty sure they either called us idiots or fish. But I'm not sure if I'm getting the prefix correctly.
But why'd they call us fish?
I don't know. I guess that's kind of adds up to it, but I was trying to assume the best, but the only other thing it could sound like, it sounded more like fish.
Is that a slur here?
It could be.
I
don't know.
Bunch of fucking assholes.
Really so.
Love it.
Yes, a bunch of fucking assholes. Sip.
How we like fish? Is it like a smell thing? Is it a gnome thing?
I've told you countless times I don't smell.
No, I'm not. Well, you say it. You do say that. But... But I don't know. It doesn't seem like... It's not a fishy smell anyway.
It's like squint at Lovette.
Kind of bitter. Yes.
It's more like corpses. A little sickly sweet. But also kind of... I'm done talking.
So, Vera, before they go back, Vera kneels down to be like as high as Lovette.
Well, while I'm over here, kind of worried about Petra.
Yeah?
He hasn't acted like this before.
Like what?
I don't know. Scared?
Oh, he's listening thing.
We go into the Deadlands every once in a while to pick up some magic items for the Hive. He's never even blinked at any of the undead in the area.
Well, he might be justified in being scared, because if the Kelson listen is like the Kelson my mother, it's probably not an easy thing to get rid of, or a good thing to get the attention of. But I done so. I mean, gut tells me that he's not in any actual danger right now. He's just not really acting. So we might not want to plot it further.
Alright. Well, maybe we can at least hope that Risen's actually telling the truth about being from another planet.
It's a little more likely now than it was last time.
Vera will get up. Just see. I assume that Petra is still pounding away at alcohol.
Oh, sure.
Riz is slowly clapping him with a golf clap, just like, oh, impressive. Wow.
I'm gonna throw in a couple more fortitude saves.
21, 28, and
32.
32.
Alright. You are quite alright. The perks of being a very tough Oread.
I'm an expensive drunk.
Your stomach like straight granite. Impressive.
It just goes right through me.
Not as impressive.
Close.
Yes, are you wetting yourself?
No, it just doesn't affect me. Used to.
I do not think you know what goes right through me means then.
It might mean something different to Ayats.
Oh. I have only met certain cultures. Could be different here. Wasn't he raised by humans though?
Yeah.
That's why his mama dead.
There's how.
That's hell. What kind of shoes you got in the coffin?
So do we want to go try to save some people on our way home, or do we want
It's the opposite direction.
It's in the opposite direction.
Yeah, screw it.
Yeah.
It's cold in there.
Fuck those
I-
people.
Yeah. I don't want to do that to our DM.
So, should we zoom ahead time-wise?
Yeah.
though?
Yeah. I have stuff that Lovette wants to take care of during the day, but it's not like while we're drinking and such, and it's nothing that I need to role play out like second by second.
Alright, just tell Beardy.
Yeah.
Alrighty. In that case, we can wind time forward a bit as the group drinks, gets day drunk, and kind of kills some time in the tavern.
Mhm.
So, is there anything you wanted to do in particular during the day?
Well, because we already paid for rooms, correct?
Yes.
Lovette is definitely like idly toying with the MacGuffinite, touching it, right? And whenever when we're done, she's not going to get too drunk because she's
touching
going
it,
to
right?
Occasionally
With bare fingers,
Hell yeah.
Oh no!
It's happening!
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because she's got a fingerless glove.
Yeah, cool. Okay, in that case, when you do, you get the sense of, like, touching something that's electrically charged. Like, you can feel it sort of humming under your finger. And as you do that, everything sort of becomes fuzzy around you. Like the world is slightly out of focus when you're touching it. It's a really weird feeling. And as soon as you let go of that crystal, like as soon as you stop touching it, the world comes back into focus.
Oh, never got used to that, but it's kind of nostalgic now. But yeah, I'm gonna mess with that and see if I can make some new gizmos and gadgets over the course of the day. So Lovette will probably spend most of the time after we've conducted any serious business in her room.
Is there anywhere in town where one could get minor enchanted items?
For Vera, Vera's probably going to be working out just outside the tavern, the Warren. And other than that, she doesn't really have much to do.
Petra would likely be helping as well.
Okay, so Bitter Landing is not a terribly large town, but it will have like a curiosities shop that will have some magic items in it. What was it that you were looking for?
Specifically, golden bracelets.
Oh, I see. In that case, yes, you will be able to pick up some golden bracelets. There's a jeweler in town. Because apparently, one of the things that Selaway produces is gold. The land here is apparently rich in gold veins, so...
Kurla go over there at some point just to pick up a couple of them? Yep, just 2 of them, please.
Okay, that's fine. Just go ahead and deduct the amount of money it would cost to purchase them.
Thank you very much.
And feel free to add them to your character's inventory.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Oh, there's something I forgot about with my stuff. A part of my work is I want to work on that fridge. Is there a role for me to do for that?
Yeah, let's do... Do you have a craft clockwork?
I do.
Let's do that then.
Nice.
Okay. You start to get a reasonable prototype together.
Nice.
To build it is going to take that whole shard, though. So once it's constructed into the device, it'll be unrecoverable.
Okay.
And that's,
Well,
Risen's shard.
Yeah. Is the prototype at that stage where it's still it's unrecoverable now, or would I be able to?
It'll be. We'll say 1 more day's work.
Okay. Cool. Because then I can let them know.
Riz is at the docks and keeps pacing around them.
Aww.
Some people will come by every so often and ask if Riz is doing okay.
I am okay. I am waiting for ship with horse. Thank you very much.
I wonder if any people with the same assumptions as, like, Petra will be like, oh, this old lady needs to be walked home.
Yeah, right?
She's lost in the docks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kurla is going to head down to the docks to look for Riz, I think.
Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and advance time then. So we'll say it's about 4:30 p.m. and Riz is sitting at the docks, and Kurla will walk up.
You doing all right? Any word?
There's Sarah.
What?
You doing all right? Any word on the ship arriving?
Oh, well, Lovette said tomorrow, so... I was just looking to see if I could see it on the horizon. That is all.
Right, you never know. They might get a favourable wind and make it in earlier. Yeah.
Exactly. You never know.
Never know.
There's...
Look, I got something for you.
What?
Just a little something for you. You really worried me back there in the snow. You know, when I had to bring you back to say.
Okay.
I'm going to take out one of the 2 bracelets and show Riz that they match, and then hand one over to Riz. And it's just a basic small golden bangle that maybe emits a faint glow.
Bastille. What is this?
It's for a spell that I've used a few times in the past. It's rather helpful. If you got into trouble again, which seems likely with the crowd we're currently running with.
Yes, very much so, but safer to be with than not.
Right. Well, I'll have to take your word for that. You're the one getting the messages and all that, but...
Gosh, yeah.
Look, just keep that on you if you would, please. It would mean a lot to me, and it'll help me make sure that you stay okay, should we get into any more trouble.
Ballas. Yes, of course. And Grizz will put it on and tap it politely as if saying, see? I have it right here.
Kurla will slip theirs on, looking kind of awkward. It's like they're not used to...
Did you just give me a friendship bracelet?
Basically, yeah.
So cute!
Best friends.
Would you like a hug, Kurla?
Maybe another time.
Garcer. Get it?
I'm surprised Riz would offer a hug.
Riz has like a parental affection for Kurla.
And I think Kurla has a sort of grandchildish thing going on with Riz, like, gotta protect this one, because they also see Riz as kind of
Old haggard person,
so that's eliciting something in Kurla.
Well, let's go back to the inn for the night, okay?
You're really not gonna get any sleep tonight? That worries me a little bit.
You know I don't sleep most nights, alright?
I know, but, it doesn't... That doesn't make it sit any easier with me, no matter how long it goes on for.
I just feel uneasy when I'm not around. That is all.
Alright, fair enough. I just
Yes.
worry about you.
Just pats you on the shoulder and then walks forward towards the inn.
Kurla, I think, will stop and take a moment to smile at Archie's little snow sculptures, if that's still standing at this time of day.
They are.
Cool.
No one has dared to touch them.
Yay!
Then Kurla will smile at them and before they follow Riz back into the inn.
I like to think that some child was gonna go kick it over, and their parents are like, "No, you see who made that? We can't. We don't want to lose a child. The big machine will come back and kill you."
It's a very scary big machine.
Other than that, I think we'll probably prepare the cart in case for when the boat comes.
Alright.
Anything else?
I think that's it for me for the day.
Alright. So, you guys head back to the tavern, and I'm going to go ahead and push a map. Anyway, so the parties, gather around their table that they were sitting at before, and Riz and Kurla are returning from their outage to the docks. So, they're going to head back into the building and, see their...
How is everyone feeling?
Vera is leaned back in the chair. Arms are behind the rest of it. Just looking completely bored and just out of it. Like, how can this day go on any longer?
That is not my fault. Maybe it's Slate's fault. But you want to take me to temple, so it is fine.
Wait, you talking to me?
Wow, you're really out of it.
Did you get your horse yet?
Well, no. Looks distressed.
So is it the horse or the carriage that you're worried about?
They absentmindedly pick at their clothes.
Alright, so the party is once again gathered around a table in the Warren, the tavern you all are staying at in the town. And as you're sort of sitting there and eating and drinking the day away, sort of passing the time, eventually you're going to see some folks come into the building that are dressed a little bit differently than the rest of the townsfolk. They might be adventurers? You're not sure. They're kind of dressed in odd ways. They have armor on and they have like weapons strapped to them, and they generally just sort of look like they're a bit tougher and a bit more combat experienced than your average townfolk. And they're going to come in and order from the bar like most folks would. And some of them are going to look over and notice your group there. And there's some glances, some strange looks, and some whispered comments between each other.
Are we supposed to see these people?
No.
Just curious. Okay.
No.
Can anyone understand them?
I assume I can.
Make a perception check. They're being kind of quiet.
30.
Oh shit! There you go.
Damn.
Okay. You hear, in that case, Riz, you're going to be able to pull one word from them, and that is half-blood.
I don't know which one. Riz just stands up, kind of flicks their hair back, and starts walking to the bar. Or more as walking in front of the group slightly, just to kind of have a body in front of everyone as a go fuck yourself stance. Like, there's an obvious I'm making eye contact with you to these people.
Kurla has their hood up. Vera, do you still wear the hood?
Vera came in with it, but every time, since she can't even really talk to these people, she just kind of put it down.
Okay.
Just trying to be better about it.
And there's no, we can't make out any distinguishing features of these people's faces or anything?
Yeah, they're sort of just generic-y looking adventuring types.
Humans?
Yeah, mostly.
Okay.
Maybe a dwarf mixed in there somewhere. Who knows?
Are any of them wanted that I would recognize?
You just have the database of everyone that's wanted in your brain.
I like to think that she does collect posters.
Like trading cards.
Kind of. Well, there's a bit that she's got, and it's going to be good if she ever gets to use it. So I don't know what's going to come up.
Then I'll just say that no, none of them look wanted.
All right.
So Riz is next to Vera, and Vera's just like,
Did you want something?
Your staff looks like staff normally, yes?
yes, it's a staff.
And sometimes it can be not a staff, correct?
You've seen it.
Yes. You might want to just have it prepared to be not a staff.
you act like it's not always like that.
Okay. I don't exactly know how you work. Remember, you said we don't know each other.
It's always like that.
Do you have many issues about these? And Riz will point to their own ears.
Vera will grimace.
Are you trying to say something?
I'm trying to see how immature this world is.
And they'll kind of have a slight head twitch towards the new group that just came in.
There's a reason I have the hood.
Just put it up for right now, okay?
Okay.
And Vera will put up the hood.
Riz just kind of has their back towards the other people, but it's obvious that their head's turned enough so that their peripherals are watching them.
Mm-hmm.
Is something going on, Petra? Please acting like you weird.
Since I'm closer, I don't know what happened to Skrewy. Since I'm closer, can I listen into their conversation better?
It was kind of nostalgical. It reminded me of Malchus. He would just ignore things I said to him. Petra, do you know what's going on? Why Elise is acting so weird?
I don't. They seem very concerned about the people that came through, though.
Oh, what? I didn't even roll perception, but I just figured it'd be garbage, so I didn't bother.
The Eye of the Protector has been activated for a while, ever since our first conversation in the bar.
The Eye of the Protector has been activated?
Yeah, because she was thinking about Soul.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
While Petravian and Lovette are busy gossiping, Riz is trying to listen into the conversation more now that they're a little closer.
Okay, in that case, give me the perception check to listen in.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Different campaign.
Oh!
Nat 20.
Holy
40 fucking 1.
You hear
Hell yeah.
you hear everybody's conversation.
It's overwhelming.
And absorb it.
Okay, so you listen in, and you get the sense that this adventuring party is watching your group, and they're basically making disparaging remarks about a couple different members of the group, calling them half-bloods. And in fact, it looks like they've said disparaging things, and like as each one is saying something about one of them, someone else will come chime in and be like, yeah, but did you see this other one? That one's even more fucked up. So it started with Vera, and then it jumped to Petravian, and then jumped to Lovette, as each one was basically being kind of harangued for being a unique race, to say the least.
I'm curious, what do they call Lovette? What do people
probably
think she is
an
at this point?
abomination.
Oh
boy.
shit.
I think it's most likely the word that was used.
So, out of Riz's cloak, you don't know where they keep all this shit, but it always kind of appears out of their own clothes. They pull out their staff, they kind of tap it on the ground, and they turn to the people. Would you like to have proper conversation, or would you like to keep beaching over there?
They look to Riz. They say, we don't know you.
Yes, we don't know you either, but keep your own fucking shit to yourself.
They shrug. Very well.
Balakhdis there.
They squint for a second at that last word. Then they shrug and go back to their drinks. And they say they pay no more attention to your group.
Is there an issue?
They were insulting your races.
Excuse me?
Yes, they were saying how you are a half-blood. They said Lovette was an abomination.
Vera's face just gets redder and redder.
Petravian leans over to Vera and says, I know what you want to do, and I have your back.
Oh! Vera's going to walk up to this table.
Riz will follow.
Is there a fucking problem?
Riz will translate. Is there a fucking problem? I'm gonna be your fucking wingman right now.
So, Vera, did you go up to the adventuring party at the bar, or the townsfolk at the table to the west of yours?
The adventuring people. Because they're the one talking, right?
Yeah, they were the ones talking. I was just making sure, because if you're picking fight with new people, that'd be even funnier.
Whoops!
Let's go! Let's fucking go, bitches!
They turn and they look at you and they say, what's your problem?
I don't know. I'm hearing you're talking shit.
I don't know, I'm here you're talking shit. Balakhdis nere.
Are they talking Villish or?
What are they? What language are they speaking?
We'll say they're speaking the local tongue, so Celoise. They look somewhat confused, and one of them speaks up. I thought you dropped it. Now you're coming over here starting trouble?
Oh, well, you see, I told my friend what you said, and she is not okay with that, so I'm here to translate. Hello, go fuck yourselves.
At the hello, go fuck yourselves, Petravian adjusts his armor and stands up, all 7'1" of him, and walks over to the group, and standing behind Vera, just with a arms crossed and I want to try an intimidate check, but just very try some shit look on his face.
I'm so tempted to start my time. I feel like this bar fight has 10 minutes to conclude before I finish it for you.
I think Kurla, on seeing all of this, would probably get up from where they're sitting and go a little bit closer to where Riz and Vera are, still hanging back, but yeah, so they're now to the east of where Riz and Vera are, and Petra is to their immediate left, so southwest.
Okay, they're all going. Okay.
All right.
Well,
So they'll say to Riz, "Go drink some fish ale. It'll make you feel better."
Well, funny thing, I've been fucking drinking all day. So I don't need to anymore. You can go dunk your head in that, though.
It's fun because all of you can understand what Riz is saying.
Only if you're paying for it.
Well, that was going on. What the fuck that noise? Who's talking shit? Come on.
These beaches are talking shit.
You know, we're wasting our time. Riz, tell them if they keep talking, they're going to be tasting their own feet.
Ah, I see.
And Vera's just going to walk back to the table that we were at.
If you keep talking shit, you will soon be tasting own feet. Again, go fuck yourself.
Petra gives Vera a high five as they're walking back to their seat.
Like, Vera sees it too late, and it's like, afterwards, like...
A high five? Okay. It's usually like a celebration of something amazing, or awesome, or like a good job.
I mean, Petra's a dude, bro.
Yeah.
This is a good job for him.
Okay. Alright. So, yeah, the other group will just sort of take Riz's warning and turn back to the bar and continue talking amongst themselves.
No spine.
Riz will walk away in a huff. Go back to sitting down, everyone. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, Kurla will take their seat again.
I think we're all a bit on edge.
Figures no spines.
Look, people see me of different things all the time. Judging someone based on what they look like is fucking bullshit. Just saying. Like, what even is the point of it? Like, oh no, you look a little different. Guess what? I can still kick your fucking ass. You know?
This is a drunk Riz still.
Perfect.
So, a little bit later, the barmaid will come by and say that someone has purchased your table a drink.
What drink is it?
They set down 2 drinks in front of Vera. One is a half a glass of wine, and the other is a half a glass of fish wine. Of that fish ale.
Riz, can you ask?
Of course. Who the fuck gave this to us?
The barmaid will point to the group that is sitting actually to the north of you guys. The table there to the north, full of townsfolk.
Just townsfolk?
Mm-hmm, they look like just townsfolk, yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Riz is fucking seething! Well,
Vera, that is from the table just over there. Not the adventurers. Isn't that interesting?
Is that? What does that mean?
Vera?
Hold on a sec.
Okay.
Let's check something quick.
It's creeping doom the whole place.
I got more class than that at the moment. Vera takes the mugs and is going to walk over to this table.
Okay. You see a table of sort of middle-aged, gristly-looking sailors and fishermen.
I wanted to do something.
I place the mugs on the table with moderate amount of force. Not like super hard, but just like so you can hear it. And I'd like to sense motive and see if I can tell who did it. Or who, like, decidedly...
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Alright.
Okay. So, that's a 19. You look at the table, and it looks like a few of them start to snicker. So it doesn't seem like it was a single person that did it. Because multiple people are laughing. Just under their breath. And the one nearest to you is going to pick up the wooden mug of the fish ale and pour it into the wine so it mixes and creates one kind of disgusting drink, and then we'll push it slowly, like push it closer to you and say something in Celoise at you.
Kind of like brace myself onto this table with both my hands, and within a second, and this is the guy on the right?
Sure.
The man on the right is encased in wood from the table as I use wood shape. and I'd like to smash his face into the mug.
Okay. All right. Well, so
This could have been a gesture of goodwill to these people.
No!
it could have been. You're right. This could have been some sort of strange, like, welcome to our town.
Because they're fish people.
Stranger.
Like,
They're fish folks.
Yeah.
You don't know. It could
They're
have been.
snickering, though.
They're laughing. They're having a good time. So we're going to go ahead. So we're going to go ahead and roll initiatives because
Okay.
that has started combat.
Are you? Wait a minute. Are you telling me that Vera has anger issues?
Yes, but wait a minute. I'm supposed to have the bad decisions. That's my shtick.
See, should be fine.
You don't have a monopoly on bad decisions. Have
Like,
you
Lovette
paid
made a
attention to
little
the
bit
first
last
campaign?
season.
Oh god.
All right, so we're going to start combat. Kurla has initiative. So it looks like Vera has just started combat with the townsfolk in this tavern by smashing someone's face in.
Kurla is going to see things kind of kick off, and I guess the townspeople have kind of risen from their seats and everyone else is standing up, so Kurla sort of sighs and stands up as well. And turns to Riz. We can still kind of talk during combat, right?
Talking is a free action.
Yay! Turns to Riz and says, right, so we're doing this, are we?
Yes, we're fucking doing this. I can't stand people who do shit like this.
Just to keep everyone's options open, Kurla is going to waggle their fingers and a bright blue light is going to emerge from them as they do their complex hand motions, and they're going to cast Blessing of Fervor.
Oh my.
Kurla is also going to... Can I draw my knife as well? Or is that... Okay, that...
No, that's fine. You can pull a knife. It's all good. All right. It's going to move us on to the townsfolk. Okay, so these guys are going to stand up from the table to the north here, and they're going to move their way down. And this townsfolk is going to throw an awkward punch at Vera, and of course, it's not going to connect.
Just like one right arm stopping it.
Let's see. So the townsfolk that is stuck in a wood shape is going to do his best to break out of it, and he struggles against that and is unsuccessful. Riz.
I'm going to hold my action to before the bard made.
Alrighty.
I'm down in the
So
initiative. I'm putting
You
my
mean you're
initiative.
delaying your
You want
turn?
to delay?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to delay, sorry.
Till
Yep,
after
delaying
the
my
barmaid?
turn before the barmaid.
Before the barmaid. Okay. Alright, that takes us to more townsfolk. So the commoners, the villagers from this table to the west are also going to stand up and kind of roll their sleeves up, seeing there's a dust 'em up going on. And one of them is going to throw a drink at Petra.
Fuck me, right?
Alright, so that's going to strike. It was a touch attack.
Okay.
So, Petra, a tankard of fish ale is going to strike you in the chest and splash you with fish ale. All right, next townfolk is up. He is going to stand up and move down and sort of start yelling and shouting. All right, that takes us to Riz.
saying? What was he saying?
Oh, so he's speaking in Celoise, and he said, finally, I've been itching for a good fight.
I'm gonna take my fucking staff and just whap it against his face.
Okay.
See how much of a fight you want to take now, bitch!
This is non-lethal.
This is non-lethal,
Okay,
correct?
so in
Which
that
is
case-
a -2?
-4.
-4. Alright. That's a 15 and an 8 to hit.
Okay, that's one hit. So you deal
Okay.
17 points of non-lethal damage, and you immediately knock that guy out.
They twirl it and slam it down on the floor and just look at the rest of them with a glare. We want to go?
Alright, so the barmaid is going to drop the tray of drink she was holding, scream, and run back to behind the bar.
And, Vera, how often does this happen with us?
Let's see. Never in the Holy City, But Vera has probably gotten into a fight
At the
few
Dead Man's
times
Rest.
a year.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
So Petra's like, okay, and stands up, turns to the guy that threw the ale at him. I'm guessing it's which one was it?
Oh, maybe you didn't get a good look, so it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't
It
really
could be
matter.
either of them.
Okay, so the guy to my left.
So one is standing and one is sitting. The one on the north side of the table is standing. The one on the south side of the table is sitting.
But Petra be like, oh, Eden, forgive me. He's mumbling to himself, Eden, forgive me. Been trying to decide what I want to do because I feel like
How is it this much to deliberate? You're the biggest guy in the fucking room. Anyone you touch goes down.
You like killed half the bosses. These people are going down to staves.
No.
Yeah.
I know what this is. This is like okay. Imagine the guy that has like the giant gun collection in his bedroom, and he like lives on the second floor of his house, and he hears someone breaking into his house in the middle of the night, and he gets up and he's just like,
Which one do I
he's
use?
like, oh, which one do I get to use? And he's just paralyzed by the choice of which deadly weapon he gets to just annihilate.
Does this warrant the grenade launcher?
Yeah. That's what we're seeing right now from Petra. Oh, which of these level 0 commoners do I get to flatten with which ability?
But I haven't used the M80 since Thursday.
But this one has the underbarrel grenade launcher.
Okay. Petra's going to walk up to the townsfolk that is standing up.
Yeah, the one that threw the tankard at you, yeah.
And he's going to bonk him on the head with... So, 10.
Okay, so that's actually a nat 1. So I need you to make another one, please.
Beautiful.
Okay. Cool. So you don't critically miss. Alright, so that's your turn. Alright, so the other townsfolk's going to stand up. He's going to walk up behind Petra, and he is going to just, instead of attacking Petra, he's just going to take out he's going to be carrying his tankard with him, and he's just going to pour it down Petra's back. Like, into the armor and all that.
Dude,
Yeah.
this is like perfect head bonking together formation here, Petra.
True.
Alright.
I just
That's
want to let you know
pretty.
that.
Oh,
Alright.
combat maneuver.
Lovette.
Yes.
So, I want to start up Archie's timer. You fuckers have 10 minutes before this fight is over. And I'll roll it over so that it's between Vera and Riz and these other gentlemen near them. And Lovette will set her hat on the table, walk over to this guy, and like tap him on the back of the leg. Be like, pick on someone your own size.
Good.
7,000 rounds later, Archie to
Yeah.
I might just bust him out early, but I figure at least for flavor, she'll have it rolled over there.
Alright.
I do like the line.
The next townfolk is up, and he's from the table all the way in the northwest. He's going to move south to where he can get up to Petravian, and he's going to throw a punch. He's going to throw a punch, and...
Flanking bonus.
Yep. Alright, so he throws a punch, and it was clumsy and drunken, and misses. Alright. Next townsfolk is the one up here northwest of Vera. He's going to stand and attack Vera with a punch. And that's also going to miss. Okay, the townsfolk here in the far back of the room is going to stand up, take a long drink of his drink, and do nothing else. Vera, you're up.
Alright, I'd like to try to lift the guy to my right, just into the table, and just like shove him onto it as an attack.
Yeah.
Can I like CMD that?
Yeah. See him do that. Now this is one that you wood-shaped, right?
I think
Or was that...
that
was-
guy is
Oh,
this
okay.
one here.
Okay, I see. Cool. So this is the guy that walked around. Gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
CMD. Wait, where's...
CMB. So if you go to the combat page, it's near the top.
Summary.
Oh god, I was gonna say if it's
Oh, there
CMD, Jesus, I got a 30 on that. So, oh boy.
Okay.
Alright.
So
That is a 19.
okay, so Vera, you grab a hold of this guy by the scruff of his neck, and like one hand with the scruff of his neck, and another hand you kind of grab around like near his waist, and you just launch him down this table. He skids across it, like hitting every single piece of stoneware along the way, knocks the candle over, and then lands on the floor on the other side in a heap. And he is unmoving. All right. That takes us to the townsfolk at the end of the table there. He is going to, like, kind of, like, kick his buddy a little bit to be like, hey, you awake? And then he's going to move down to get closer to the action. All right. That takes us to Kurla.
I think Kurla is actually going to take a 15-foot move to the southeast, which is towards a corner away from the fight, because they have decided that they really don't want any part of this. And that's going to be them done.
All right, so this is the dude that's kind of stuck in wood. He's going to try to bust himself out again, and he doesn't. All right, so the next one is going to swing at Petravian. That's nope. Riz.
Yeah, I think... Man, both of you are so capable of dealing with things for yourself. I'll just stand up next to Vera and then just kind of push the guy that's in front of me. I'm not even gonna fucking hit him. I'm just gonna push him. I'm gonna antagonize him.
Okay.
Just push him.
Yeah. CMB is please.
Okay. 19.
Success. All right, you push him down. He falls to the ground prone.
Fucking bitches. Darachnis. Volete brasnara. Berkete beste.
Gesundheit.
What? Nare?
The barmaid hides behind the bar. Petra, you're up.
I'm gonna take Vera's suggestion, and I'm gonna try to grab the the one to the west and one to the south, and try to bonk their heads together.
All right. Give me a combat maneuver bonus. This is kind of a complicated movement, so it's going to be a little bit harder than normal.
Okay.
So go for it. Oh yeah, yeah, you're
What,
fine.
the 27?
Yeah, plus
Motherfucker.
19 as a base. You're fine. Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, Petravian, you grab both of these people by the base of their necks, and you just slam their heads together,
Bonk.
and they both drop like sacks of potatoes, like Petravian sacks full of potatoes.
Potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, I have a question.
What's up?
The adventurers haven't attacked us.
They have not. In fact, it looks like they have melted away.
Oh, shit.
That's cool. I won't fight anybody. I didn't want to either way.
Alright, Lovette, you're up.
Well, as the dude drops in front of me, Lovette, like, pokes him in the back of the leg right as he's getting conked with her cane, so that, like, he falls right there. He's like, that's light, don't fuck with me.
I like the dude just in the corner.
He's like,
which
nah,
dude?
fam.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother him.
He's not even
All
on
right.
initiative.
I'm gonna step over to this gentleman then. Be like, you want some? And try to poke him in the leg with the cane. Try to bring him down.
Alrighty.
That is a 10. With
man.
one.
Wow.
So
non-lethal
close.
search.
God.
That's so close. I'm sorry you missed, though.
Wow.
So close. Alright. That's going to take us then to to that very same townsfolk. He's going to turn and look at Lovette. And he's just going to kind of be just surprised. And he's going to try to punch Lovette. And he rolls a 10. You roll 10s at each other. Alright, the dude that's prone is going to spend his turn standing up, and because he's drunk, that's a 4-round action. Alright, that takes us to the townsfolk behind him, who's going to move forward and swing at Riz. He gets a nat 1
Oh.
and doesn't confirm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Alright, Vera.
Vera grabs the chair that's next to her takes a step forward and is going to lay into this guy on the right side of the room that's next to the guy who's trapped.
Okay.
Just one solid hit
Yeah.
from the side.
Okay, so attack with improvised weapon, that's a -4 to the attack. Go ahead.
Alright.
So we'll just go ahead and roll a base attack bonus, and we'll just -4 from the result.
Sorry. Base attack, you said?
Yep, base attack, and then we'll just do a -4. Okay, so that is a 12. That is enough. So you strike the townsfolk with a chair. Go ahead and do D6 plus your strength mod of 5. So D6 plus 5. Oh, good shot. Good shot.
That's a 9.
All right, so that is enough to strike that townsfolk. Was this the one that was encased in wood?
No, it was the guy next to him.
The guy next to him. Okay, cool. So in that case, you grab this chair, you 5-foot step to the right, bring it down on top of him. The chair just breaks apart and collapses in a very satisfying way as it breaks apart in your hands, and we'll knock this guy out cold.
Damn.
Just like throw the debris that's left of the chair to the side.
Alrighty, that's going to take us to Kurla, round 3.
So, from where Kurla is standing in the bar, which is to the southeast, well away from the action, I assume that they are still able to tell that the townsfolk are getting their asses handed to them and no one in the party is in any serious danger.
That's correct, yeah. It's obvious that no one in the party is even close to being in danger.
Excellent.
And that these townsfolk are disorganized and drunk, and it seems that none of them have any combat training between them.
Then Kurla, seeing this, is going to do absolutely nothing.
Alrighty.
Enjoy the show.
We'll take us then to the next townsfolk, the one that's trapped in wood. He's going to once again try to struggle out, and he's going to fail. Alright, Riz.
I'm gonna withdraw from combat, and... Did those people just leave the bar?
Yeah, they must have left. They must have left sometime.
I'm gonna leave. I'll take the attack of opportunity from the guy in front of me, because I have fucking 20 AC. I doubt he's gonna fucking hit me.
Okay, so Riz withdraws. Alright, the barmaid will continue hiding behind the bar, and that takes us back to Petra.
I don't see anyone out there?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you go outside, and you look around, and no, you don't see anyone out there.
I've got a bad feeling.
So,
I've got a feeling.
this guy to my north, I'd like to pick him up and throw him at the 2 townsfolk that are stacked in a line.
Excellent. Give me a combat maneuver, please.
C and B. Let's see if this works. Hey.
Alrighty. So you pick up the townsfolk, you throw him, and he strikes his buddy, who stumbles backward into the other guy who just stood up from being prone already, and knocks him back down. So that's going to completely knock out the one you threw, and the other 2 are going to be knocked prone. And the one in the back, who was already knocked prone, is down, and the fact that he was knocked prone twice in a row, he's just, at this point, he's just too tired to get up a 3rd time. So he's done as well.
It's a proper bar fight when somebody gets thrown.
Okay, Lovette.
So let's get a 5-foot step over. Like she's arguing with this guy, and then Petra lifts him. She's just kind of like, oh, okay, buddy. Step over towards Vera, and just pull back her gauntlet, point at the guy who's got his arm stuck in the wood, and she's gonna cast Hold Monster. She's got like a little, like Moira dart, a little like no be person for some time dart. Just gonna shoot him with that.
Okay. Can't wait to
So that
roll
is a D.
will save for this guy. Let's see how it goes. What the
He
fuck?
nat 20'd it.
He passed.
Yeah, it's the DC.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He rolled a 19.
How is it that
How is Hold
hold
Monster
person and
always
hold
fails?
Never
monster?
works.
How does
Always
it always fail?
It
This
does
is so
always fail.
fucking crazy.
It's like the best spell ever.
Guys, I'm going to reveal
if
this.
it ever.
He literally
another
has a
game.
+1 bonus. He has a +1 will save bonus because
my
it's a level
God.
0 commoner. And he did it.
He did it.
You didn't
Motherfucker.
reveal it.
I did so.
I don't see it.
I see it.
Townsfolk.
Let's
is
roll
ready.
down.
Last thing.
Oh, there it is.
Very
Yep,
bottom of the
yep,
list.
yep.
It
Oh,
didn't
okay.
auto scroll for us.
Sorry, it didn't
Round.
scroll
Oh,
for
that's-
Oh,
me.
weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little
He
infuriating.
rolled a 19. Like, I don't even know what to say. I wanted him to be frozen, but no, doesn't work.
Doesn't work that way.
That spell
Dang.
never works.
It's straight up.
It's fucking crazy. All right.
What the wrong with this thing?
All right. So this guy's going to spend his whole turn standing up again. Because he gets knocked down. He gets up again.
Nope.
Nothing's ever going to.
Nope. Not doing it.
All right. So that takes us back to Vera.
Vera. So I imagine that this guy was in kind of like a almost straitjacket of wood,
Yeah, and his face is bleeding.
and I grab like the top of it, almost like a barrel, bring it in close, and I say, "Let's see you laugh without any teeth," and I headbutt him in the face.
Shit.
Oh, jeez.
Vera has been waiting to do this shit.
I think they're working through something.
She has it has been pent up.
When are they not pent up?
Well, I mean, yeah, but like, damn.
So it'd be 11, right?
Yep. 11, and this is against the guy that was, like, being held, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then you definitely hit.
7 damage.
Alrighty, that's enough. Between that and the tanker to the face earlier, he is down. So you headbutt him in the face, and he just sort of slumps down onto the table.
Man. I was gonna have Lovette give, like, finger guns and a wink if she knocked him unconscious with her thing. Like, oh man, I totally saved you there.
I'm so sorry you didn't catch the
It's okay. It's okay.
It was hold monster.
I know.
What
I was like,
the
this is the most
It's such a high
overkill I could possibly throw in.
He there was only a 10% chance to resist. It's crazy.
He's just that drunk.
Yeah. Alright, that takes us back to Kurla.
Kurla is looking incredibly uncomfortable with the whole thing, and is going to stay exactly where they are.
Alrighty. Riz.
Riz is gonna just go back in and just be like, "Everyone stop."
I like have this guy by like the barrel just like turn and drop him.
Oh my
The,
god.
the barmaid peeks out from behind the bar and looks at Riz.
This is unprofessional and terribly rude for the person hosting us for the evening. Just kind of looks at all the bodies that are unconscious on the ground.
Probably the debris Vera has left.
I will go around and take care of fixing any of the furniture broken. And Riz will nod to the bartender.
She nods back.
Alright. And Riz will kind of just start walking around and using mending on shit.
Okay. So the only person left standing then is the townsfolk here to the northwest of Lovette. And I think he's going to consider himself the winner today. So he's going to go back, sit down in his stable, and continue drinking his drink. And he's going to tell this story for the rest of his life. How he fought a whole party of adventurers and was still standing.
After they took out the entire bar.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that is combat.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk over to the bar and place a pouch of 6 gold on the bar and be like, sorry about the mess.
Riz is busy fixing shit.
Should I revive any of these people?
They're not dead.
And they don't deserve it.
Just walks on top of people as they walk around fixing shit.
There's oofs and ers. As like some of them are like not quite unconscious. They're just kind of writhing around in pain. So there's kind of moans of an agony of these people kind of just like rolling around, like holding bruises and sprained bits and probably broken bones. You know, fun things.
I go get my
Definitely.
hat. And I imagine it's probably around now that Archie just explodes into the room. Actually, you know, I might probably just turn off the mechanism once everyone's unconscious rather than let him fucking destroy this place even more.
All right.
I don't think Lovette's going to let that happen.
Kurla, would you happen to have any heals so that we are not damaging people further? Ha 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 ha.
Kurla looks sort of 1,000 miles away and doesn't respond. It's possible they didn't even hear you. They're breathing heavily, even though they didn't do anything in combat.
Is my mead spilled?
Is your mead spilled? No one bumped into that table, so your mead is still sitting there.
All right, Vera's gonna continue drinking her mead.
Okay.
Kurla has slumped back into one of the chairs at the table everyone was sitting at, and still doesn't look like they heard Riz.
Are you okay, hello? Wave in front of their face.
I'm fine, thank you.
Alright. Did you hear these?
No, what did they want?
They heal everyone. These guys kind of probably don't need to have their bones broken and such over this.
You sure about that?
And no, but if from an economic standpoint, it's probably a good idea.
Could teach them to hold their tongues.
I don't think it will.
I'm not particularly interested in helping them.
What is your prerogative? I'm just telling you what Lysanne said.
Kurla sighs and, thinking about it, goes over and starts to... I guess what, a channel would work? Beardy?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
a
I'm
single
pretty sure channel would bring everyone to full.
a single channel would heal everyone in the entire place.
So Kurla will position themselves a little bit further north than they were, kind of in the center of where all these unconscious bodies are strewn around, and they will place their hands together. So a white light will appear in their eyes, and they will channel
Awesome.
to heal everyone up, even though they don't deserve it.
That's the best kind, though. It's the ones that don't deserve it. Alrighty, so Kurla channels energy and heals all the townsfolk in the room for 25, as well as any of you who took damage, which is none of you. So, alright, I'm just going to go and remove the tokens for these guys because they don't matter anymore. Alright, so you healed them all. They kind of get up groggily, like rubbing their heads and where their wounds were. And they're going to mostly just kind of mumble and shuffle out of the establishment.
May I ask what the guy in the barrel does?
He definitely does not make eye contact with you. That's for damn sure.
Beautiful.
Nerd kicked his fucking ass. Destroyed that guy.
Riz has run to the docks.
Okay. Riz, you arrive at the docks a few minutes later. It is cold, as it always is in this part of the
Yeah, it fucking
world.
sucks here.
And there's no sign of your ship arriving.
Do you have a locate item spell or anything?
I have scrying.
So
I'll probably use that. So I'll take my 10 minutes to scry then.
Okay. You cast scrying, and you see... Let me show you what you see.
Are you doing on the
The
adventures?
horse.
Oh, I thought you were doing the adventures.
Oh, the adventures? Well,
That's what I was figuring you'd do.
Yeah.
sorry, I was just worried they might find my horse.
So, what you see is a majestic horse staring blankly at the side of a Vardo. It sniffs the Vardo, and it starts chewing on one piece of it.
So
It's
majestic.
scuffing the paint.
Stop that! What are you doing? Stop that! You're going to hurt the symbols!
Yelling in the middle of the fucking dock area. And nowhere.
People avoid Riz, while Riz shouts to the air. Just all the people that are in the area just definitely take a wide berth around this person.
No worries. I'll use my second scrying for the adventurers, though. Once the horse thing is done. I'm gonna take another 10 minutes.
Okay.
You're very cold.
It's fine. I'm old.
Everyone
I'm only
knows.
dying.
Everyone knows that the old are immune to the cold because old is just cold without the sea.
Oh my god.
So, if they're going to be gone for 20 minutes, then at some point during that time, Lovette will probably take notice and go look for him.
While this is happening, Kurla has returned to the table, and I think they will have taken one of those 10 minutes to kind of slump over the table, put their fingertips to their temples, and cast Sending to try and send a message to Riz.
Okay, Riz, the result of your scrying is a failure.
What?
Your scry failed. The subject is entitled to a will save.
Motherfuckers. Why does everyone keep beating over 20 lately?
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's interesting.
Okay. Kurla, you cast Sending. You may speak 25 words, and it will appear in Riz's brain.
Rez, where are you? Are you okay? Let me know if you need help. Kurla. And sends that.
I am at docks. Was looking for horse. And maybe other people who are here. It is fine. Valashnera. Yes, exactly.
Am I able to find them at the docks? Do I need to roll anything?
Make a perception check. But yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
That one.
Hey!
Nice.
There
Not
you
bad.
go.
Not bad at all. All right. In that case, yeah, you go to the docks and you find Riz sort of sitting there talking to themselves, I guess.
Nah, I've seen people do sending before. I may not know this right away, but I'm the last person to judge people for talking to themselves out loud. Hey, Lisa, you okay? What are you doing out here?
Oh, was looking for it now. Very sniff. Barlockery. Rapperies na left dogs.
Are you okay? What is that? I'm alive.
Yes, sir, I'm okay. What are you
Okay.
worried about?
Nothing. You just looking. I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, yes, I am fine. I was looking for horse.
Yeah. Are you worried about your house?
Of course I am. I mean, no.
It's alright.
I was also trying to scry on other people.
Wait, who?
The adventurers that I had issues with earlier. They just sort of left and they like it was bad
Oh yeah, the
omen.
shitty guys. I don't really know what's up with them. They want any fight, not you mention it, yeah. Or to kick the asses.
I have bad gut feeling.
Nobody makes fun of Vera for being a half-elf.
Valachnis.
Well, that will smile and nod.
Riz is nodding as well.
Well,
Fine. Yeah, it's Kurla's
Go back to the inn?
Yes.
Riz just starts walking back to the inn.
Yeah. We'll go back. Build the fridge.
So we get back to the inn.
Vera actually has a wide smile as she's drinking her mead.
Well, you look like in good mood.
It's better.
No, Valak?
What? I don't know what you said.
No, you don't say. I was speaking clearly.
Not in Villish.
Gak?
Like, once again, just kind of like a twitch, like, what?
We can't.
They have been doing this.
We can't understand you.
Are you feeling that right?
I feel fine. And yes, you can fucking understand me. I can understand you, bitch.
Yes, but you...
Okay.
I wasn't talking to you, Vera.
That's not how
Petravian
language
speech.
works. You have to speak clearly for others to understand you. Just because you understand them doesn't mean they understand you.
There's a slight eye twitch from Riz.
I don't understand what you are talking about. Ugh, Dalek.
Right there.
What?
You said... Dalek?
I think it's Dalek. Dalek?
I said idiots.
You said... You didn't say idiot. You said Dalek. Whatever that... I don't know that tongue.
No. I said idiots. Obviously.
Okay, raise of hands. Just anyone who heard idiots?
Riz's
Riz's hand goes up if no one else does.
Everyone who heard what they actually said.
Hands.
Well, that's got two right hands going up.
Kurla kind of half raises their right hand.
Riz looks a little insulted by this, but nods.
Well, it is not my fault your ears are clogged.
Okay.
Well, Either way, we did a good job today. I'm going to stay up tonight.
Why is that?
Well, do you trust this town?
Well, I was hoping to make money eventually, but I don't think I will be this day.
Well,
Which
I'm
is
not
fine.
afraid of it.
I mean, he's still here, and I point to the guy in the corner.
Would you like fortune?
You say that to the guy in the corner?
Yeah.
Yep.
He looks over and says in Seloise, so only Riz would really be able to understand it clearly. Sure.
How much you pay?
Got a silver piece.
Will do. Riz will walk over to him, and they'll use one of their fate points to give him fortune.
So during the fortune telling session, this commoner is going to basically thank you and the rest of the party for the entertainment. So it was dinner and a show. So how he'll describe it.
And Riz will give him a decent fortune.
Oh, okay.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
I have a bad gut feeling.
Oh, definitely.
We fucked up. I fucked up. It's my fault. Oh no.
Plus, Petravian seems to have scrambled your brain.
Yeah.
Well, the language stuff.
Oh, gotcha. That happened right then?
I don't know.
It's what happening after
Ooh,
Petravian
mysterious.
did something to Riz, yeah.
That's
It's
what
my
I'm
working
thinking.
theory as a player, but I don't know about that as a character.
I think I did something bad.
That's good. That's good.
Do you like my pop?
Yeah. I'm just imagining the language where people are like...
Fuck
They're
off.
just the cat.
What is the cat's name?
What?
The pop cat
The
or
pop
whatever.
cat,
the
yeah.
fuck it-
So Kurla is gonna kind of look up a little bit from under their cloak hood and stare from person to person for a few seconds, and then say, quietly but rather firmly, "Just so we're clear, I didn't walk away because I was afraid of those chumps."
Nobody thought you well. No, I didn't raise the question until you brought it up.
You have nothing to prove to us.
Mm-hmm.
You should know that I walked away because I wanted to cut their fucking throats. Each and every one of them.
That's fair.
Well, I'm glad you did not. That would have gotten us in a little trouble.
But sometimes doing what we want doesn't have the results we necessarily want in the future.
Yeah. Hence walking away. It was quite fun to watch you kicking their arses, though.
Well, I guess they were lucky that you walked away.
Well, I've got a device to work on. I'm going to a refrigeration sort of device.
Refrigeration.
Yes, refrigerating it.
Huh.
But doing actively.
Wait, so is Lovette also having issues like Riz?
What?
Speaking in tongues.
Just rolls her eyes. She's
You
used
know
to
I'm
this.
right here, right?
Yes. Well, there's no reason to really stay up any longer.
Vera brushes the blood that's on her forehead off.
I'm gonna check the wagon one more time before heading to our rooms.
Which rooms are ours?
So you guys, we'll say you bought the 5 rooms on the right. The room at the far end, of the north end there, is actually a bathroom. So if anyone needs to take a bath, there's a bath there.
I do.
Does our cart look fine,
There.
by the way?
You mean the party's carriage?
Yes.
I mean, it hasn't looked fine in a while. It's mostly just kind of deteriorated.
Fine.
The paint's kind of worn off, and it just
Like tap on it. The just like creaks as anything touches it.
mm-hmm.
Oh, Soul's poor Kurt.
Reese's and pieces.
Looks fine. Tap tap.
Still here. Still has wheels. That's all that matters.
Petra is gonna bathe because he's covered in... Well, I mean, technically they're still covered in bee guts. Since they just came from Malefera and just walked in the door.
No, honestly, the bee guts, though, turned to dust when Malefera's body did.
Oh, that's handy.
Oh, okay.
So, that is handy, right?
Do we smell like ash?
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you might a little bit, yeah.
Petra's gonna excuse himself and go take a bath because he's covered in fish wine. Takes off his armor and hops in.
Did you lock the door behind you?
I just closed it.
He did not.
Alright. Cool.
I don't know how to lock it.
You
How do I
run.
lock it? I just closed the door.
Riz runs. Fucking dead runs across this
Fuck
place.
you guys! Fuck you!
I mean, I'll show you my hammer if you want to, but...
No. They were just like, they put their stuff in... They put their staff in that room that they're gonna sleep in, and they just wanted to take a bath. They didn't fucking run, you assholes. Fuck you. And then they opened the door.
Alright, Riz, you open the door, and what you see before you is a steamy scene of an Oread lounging in a giant bath. It's an enormous oval-shaped wooden tub. There is an Oread soaking in it. I imagine he's big enough that his shoulders and arms are probably hanging out of the top. And he's just kind of relaxing, soaking in this hot water.
Oh.
Petra, the door has opened.
You see an
old
old
woman.
haggard,
Yeah.
humpback person.
Would you care to join me, Granny?
Petra just looks over and goes, "Hello there."
Shut up, Pat. Hello, good evening.
Did I beat you to here?
Apparently.
Well, I won't be too long. I haven't had a good...
You said it was a large bathtub, right, Beardy?
I mean, it's pretty big, yeah.
Okay. Riz will just go in and close the door behind.
Okay, then. Okay.
Well, move over.
Okay.
They get in with their clothes.
Oh, jeez.
With their clothes.
Yep.
With the clothes. Okay.
Yep.
Well, consider yourself lucky, Petra, that you did not have to see the hunchbacked crone strip in front of you. Thank your lucky stars that we don't have a sanity system.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, I would have made you roll for sand loss.
Ugh. Oh, God.
Valashne. Idrisne. Valakadireshnan.
Riz. I can't understand you.
Valashne kalite petalak. Areta leta wasa. Valakaitas. Valatarete.
Against his, Petra...
This old, haggard person is yelling at you while they're in the bathtub with you.
Petra puts his hand up and leans forward and closes his eyes and puts his hand on Riz's shoulder and casts Lay on Hands.
Oh god. This will not end well. Oh no.
Okay. Go ahead and use Lay on Hands. Burn the ability.
Oh no.
Alright, 24. Petra, you get the exact same sensation as last time.
Thanks, Petra.
He's trying to see if it will help fix. He's not. He is not a wise man, but he wants to help.
Riz just slaps her hand away and looks annoyed. What are you doing?
Oh, thank you.
You just think Valashnak bitch. And they're gesturing to their body in an annoyed manner. And you can just touch me.
A green diamond appears above your head.
Maslavido!
Kulin masa.
Grazda Greg, Craig, Glomland.
Do you not realize Vakadishnach, Valadezra, older than you, Vataladishnach?
I'm trying to think of if I have anything that might help.
I do another lay on hands. 2 hands this time.
Don't tempt me, bud.
I am Valkizal, you're Valdatarznech. You are Valasnach, but my Desnech Valadech.
So you can totally use this like tactical censoring. You're like, if you lay another slick hand on my clicklist again, I'm going to swear I'll slish the head.
What the hell are they talking about in there?
Zariz is just yelling at Petravian in old person.
Yells an old.
I'm trying to think of what to do, and the only thing I keep coming back to trying to lay on hands again. I don't know what to do.
Petra, you're just like in the wrong mindset.
I just imagine Petravian, the mechanic, sees this car that's not working, so he replaces the engine, and it doesn't work. So he replaces the engine again. That one doesn't work. But maybe if you put in another engine.
Wait.
He's like, you guys won't believe, I've gone through 3 engines in this one car and nothing will make it work.
Wait. That'll be $37,000.
Wait, Riz. I know you can understand me, but when you're talking, you're slipping into a language that I don't understand. Can I do do I have a linguistics skill that I could see if I understand this? I have +3. I can see if I can understand what they're saying. Or is there knowledge on this? Does this sound like a
linguistics?
Okay.
Hold on.
I didn't know if this sounded like an old religious language or a linguist.
No,
Okay.
no, it'd be a linguistics check to try to understand it.
Okay. Yes! 19.
19.
It is a language you have never heard before. From a language group you've never heard before.
Oh, shit. Oh.
This is exhausting. Valkyrie-ster. Nishtalek. Velete Pesnella.
I could.
Also.
I'll take any suggestions anybody can give me here. I feel like I'm staring it in the face.
Leave it alone.
Stop staring at it. It's weird.
Now, if you touch me one more time,
Maybe if you hit them with a hammer, it'll fix them.
I mean, that is like the opposite of lay on hands, right?
Right?
Lay on hammer.
Mm-hmm. That Paladin has 2 speeds. That's it.
Well, I want to help, but I can't help. I don't know how to help you. You're speaking to me in a completely different tongue.
Do you think I care?
I do.
Ach.
I care about all the people around me.
Ach. They look like they asked you a question. They have their chin propped on a hand, and they're looking at you.
Expectantly.
Yeah.
Oh, a question. Why?
It's one word.
Why?
They nod. Bach.
Oof. 'Cause I just do. We travel together and battle together, and I feel safe with those that I battle with, I guess. And I want them to be safe too.
Riz shrugs and looks as though they're satisfied enough with that answer.
I invite you.
And they just kind of sink into the tub on the other side a little bit.
Right.
I guess with that, Petra will finally relax and also sink into the tub.
You were one more lay on hands away from Riz kicking you in the dick. I was was waiting for it. I was like, one more, Skrewy. Come on, I'm gonna kick you in this dick.
Ugh. But why? He wants to help.
You kept touching them while you're naked. It's weird.
Well, you joined me in the tub. What?
They're fully
Oh,
clothed.
that's true.
Still weird.
They just want to be clean. And they're also cleaning their clothes at the same time. They think it's kind of a good thing to do all at once.
It's convenient. It's efficient.
Right? That's how they see it.
Very disrespectful for the other person in the tub.
I mean,
He made no argument.
covered in fish wine, so
So seriously, it's just liquefied fish?
pureed or
Not exactly. It's a fermented fish beverage.
That's
That's
fucking
even
worse,
Yeah,
man.
it
worse.
is. It is. It's an alcoholic fermented fish beverage. That's basically made of rotting fish. It has a strong vinegary taste.
I fucking love this country.
God.
Just what? Pickled surstrumming?
You kinda, yeah.
Disgusting.
So yeah, I guess Petra and Risen just kind of chill out for a while.
Alrighty.
Yep.
I find it interesting that Kurla and Vera are the last two ones at the table, and they're both kind of directly across from each other.
They're both very stoic
Mhm.
people. They're just staring at
Diametrically
each other.
opposed foes.
Oh, I don't know. We also were like, yeah.
Cool. Killing people.
But on the other hand, I'm sure that's still kind of like this awkwardness between just the fact that they're the only ones here.
Halvesies.
Kurla's going to finally look up from... They haven't been looking at anything really, their hands maybe on the table. But they're going to look Vera in the face as they take down their hood as well and say, "You know, believe it or not, I don't actually want to fight you. I've seen what you've done in battle and I'm not crazy."
And I see no reason why I should fight you. I just need your help. For this one thing. It's what I've been trying to do my entire life.
You have to understand that I'm not going to end up loving your god.
You don't have to. So long as you're not one of the people trying to hurt others. We have no quarrel anyways. You don't need to worship her to live in harmony with us.
Do you understand why I was annoyed earlier?
Listen, I'm not the best at talking to people.
Well, yeah, that makes two of us. We've got that in common at least. Aside from, being half-bloods.
Yeah, there's that. I would appreciate if you could do this one thing for me, though. Please.
Alright. You need to understand that I'm not a big fan of the gods. Your god, anyone's god. I don't like the shite they get up to. But I'll do this to help you. I'll do this because it's what Rez would probably want me to do, and as I said, they did me a kindness. They seem to like you, so I'll do what I can to help you, and that we'll call it a day after that.
I don't know if we can say like, but there seems to be some kind of mutual agreement or something. I really don't know why Riz needs to be here, but they seem obligated.
Oh, they're crazy as a shithouse rat. I think that's why I like them.
Have they always been like this, though? With garbled speech?
No, they've been a little bit around the bend for as long as I've known them, which isn't that much longer than you've known them, but the speech thing is new. I have to wonder if Petravian didn't knock something loose. It was worth a shot, though, but...
How could... It's just him trying to heal them. I don't see how that could have done anything. Let alone procure any kind of vision.
I don't know, sometimes broken things are better off staying that way. You try and fix them and they end up worse.
Yikes.
That is one that would hit Lovette super hard were she around to hear it.
Oh.
You hear Lovette in a different room.
Yeah.
Why?
She electrocuted herself for some reason. She's
Yeah.
like sneezing when
Got her
someone's
finger
talking about
clamped
you.
in something.
Well, I'm glad to have you on board with your help for this time, Kurla. Hopefully we can see eye to eye on more things. But I won't force you to like Mellifera. Just know that I appreciate your help for me.
Alright, I can live with that. Don't know what we do next. Are we supposed to shake hands or something?
No, we can just sit here. Or go to bed, really. I really don't want to hear more of Riz screaming at Petra or whatever's happening in there.
God. That'll be a fun one to try and figure out tomorrow.
I don't want to think about it.
Honestly, between you and me, I'm just hoping it's the fact that they haven't seen their horse in a few days.
I wonder if it is just because they're away from the horse. They talk about it all the time. Between you and me, it doesn't seem like a very good horse.
Kurla smirks. Well, just don't try and touch it or, look at it or talk to it, and I think you'll be fine. That horse has more issues than its owner.
I'll keep that in mind. Good night, Kurla. I'm going to go to my room.
Right. Good night, then. I suppose I'll find one for myself, too.
So, Vera goes into a room, closes it, and is there a lock on it?
There's a lock on the inside of the doors.
She'll lock it.
Okay.
And question, Grem, do you want to describe how the bee trap works, or shall I make up my own thing for it? For placing it and having it ready.
If you, I don't remember if I had anything in mind. So I guess if you have something in mind, go for it. I remember how the mechanical apiary looks, but I don't remember what the trap was supposed to look like. So I'd go for it.
So my assumption is that this thing, because it almost looks like a lantern, shape wise.
Right.
She'll place it down, and on the top she'll press it in, and when she does, these little clamps go down to the ground, maybe 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just anchoring it in place.
You're literally describing what I was about to say, so this sounds perfect.
And I'm going to assume that within these clamps is maybe some kind of chemical pheromone, chemical signal, that when a creature goes by it, will release, causing a attack response from the bees within.
Yeah, sounds good. Definitely.
And she just kind of puts that in, maybe
by the door.
Yeah, by the door, 3 feet away,
Nice.
maybe. I've decided I'm not going to stay awake, and Vera will go to sleep.
Alrighty. So at that,
One toe.
we're going to insert some RPG tavern music, rest in music.
Nice.
So, doodle-doodle-doodle-doo, or doodle-doodle-doodle-doo, or
Wah, wah, now.
yeah, something like that. Anyway, so morning rolls around. Party wakes up, and you all gather into the main room. And go ahead and set timer. Oh, also, go ahead and set any spell memorizations and submit a rest.
Lovette's going to be up a little bit later than usual today.
Working on
in fact,
your prototype and stuff.
Well, I mean, when the party gathers in the main area, she probably won't be out there with them yet. But I don't know. I don't want to ask for any checks as being the not DM, but probably making some amount of noise, but not a ton, not a massive racket.
Let's see. I'll do a perception check just to see what kind of noise it is. If it's something I recognize.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea this will be against, but
That's a nat 20
well, a nat
for
20 is
37.
going to probably do it. She's fumbling around. It sounds like she's stumbling, crashing into shit. And you can kind of hear, probably faintly. I mean, I guess with the nat 20, you can probably hear her say "Someone help me, please."
Vera's going to approach the door and thinks about knocking. It's nah, and opens it.
Oh, it's locked.
I try to open it harder.
Alright, give me a strength check.
Strength check, you
Yes.
said?
please.
Oh wait, hold up! I'm not quite
19.
blessed.
All right. You yank the door open. What is it? What is it that Vera sees in this room?
Lovette's got her. She's not fully dressed, and she's got her leg and her. I don't know if the arms would be detachable, but the leg is detached. And she's like stumbling around trying to get it attached. Sally, can you hold up my arms for a second?
Sure.
What? And Vera will, while saying this, is gonna do what you ask. So he just grabs you by the arms.
She holds up her natural arms to like grab her wrists, and then her mechanical ones go down and attach the leg and fit it in place. I decided to sleep without the leg because it was more comfortable, but I remembered why I don't always do that.
All right. I mean, why don't you make a new leg? I'm sure that with the experience you've gotten from this one, you can make a better one, couldn't you? It's more comfortable.
Could try. I might have an idea for that. I did learn how to do something really kind of crazy, I think, with this McGovernite last night.
Oh?
I think I know how to fold space.
Vera blinks twice.
It means I can make things a lot bigger now, and I might be able to make spaces that we can fit on.
Like teleporting?
Like the special house in the Valdo thing? With the rope?
Really?
Something like that. Maybe a little more complicated.
That's impressive, lad.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to do it without the McGovernite, but thank you.
So is this something you're working on, or did you?
This is the cold machine.
I look at this. How does it look?
I imagine it probably just looks like a steampunk safe. She's trying to make it like mini fridge size because it's only one crystal to it, but I don't imagine it's terribly elegant given that it's the first iteration of a refrigerator in this world.
It's enormous.
So is it? It's a box?
You put food in it and it stays cold, so you can preserve it.
Or can't you just put salt on it?
Well, then it gets salty.
I mean, I can't argue with that, but
I put my hand in it.
Oh, well, this is the prototype. I didn't install the crystal until I have permission, but it would be really chilly in there if it were the real thing. Believe me. Alright, I got to put clothes on without a door, so I'm going to hide in the corner over here.
I'll leave you to that then.
Just like back up against the wall so that she's not visible to everybody.
Vera will try to close the door. Does it close?
So the thing really baps and then like slowly reopens again.
It'll close. It'll close. It just maybe doesn't stay closed very easily, like very well anymore. So now, like a light push will open it.
Oh dear.
So it's fine.
No, it's fine. It closes.
It's not broken if it works.
I'll return back to the table.
You see the rest of the group is gathered, minus Lovette.
When Riz gets to the table, I'm assuming Riz stayed awake all night, so Petra probably came up on them at the table, correct?
They're up earlier than you, but you don't know if they stayed up all night.
So Petra would come up on them and sit next to them and tell them, "I'm sorry last night if I overstepped my bounds."
Oh my god. What's happening?
You too. Lovette like pointing her finger back and forth.
Well,
Riz seems to look at all of you confused.
I suppose it's mildly less disturbing than the elk.
Their head seems to be turning every time someone talks, and they still look confused.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Please then, speak.
Belly.
Uh-oh.
And they're pointing at their ear. Bashkavalak. Bashkavalak.
Mm-hmm. Right, okay. Let's see. How are we going to communicate?
Right, has anyone got any paper on them? You know, parchment?
Right. I'll pull a page out of my obsession log. And start... First I'll write down, Rissa, and can you read this and pass it over?
They'll write back to you in weird shapes and swirls that you do not recognize. And they look at, they point at your writing, they seem to think they should be able to read it, and then they point to theirs, and they look as though you should be able to read this as well.
Yeah, Lovette's just got this, 1,000-yard stare.
Okay.
Cool, good.
I have one thing I think I can try.
What is it, Petra? Tell us before you try it.
Remove curse.
No. If this turns out the way it turned out with my mother, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
We have to try something.
Didn't you already try to remove
No,
curse?
that was just a simple dispel magic. This is a full-on spell.
So last time you did this, you said that it seemed like something was super angry at you for trying to get rid of whatever happened, right?
I have to try.
What do you think it's going to think after something more powerful?
Petra, you don't have to try. It will most likely, and this, as far as I've gathered, punish Rissa and not you. It's not really in your hands or your responsibility.
I get that you've got good intentions, but let's face it, every time you've tried, it's just made it worse. Hate to be the one to point it out, but it's right there.
I mean, I feel that you have very self-important intentions here. Rissa has been living with this for a long time. If it was that simple, she would have solved it by now. Right, but they don't know what this conversation is going on, so just figure out that gap first.
Increasingly, they look annoyed, while you guys just keep talking around them.
I'm gonna scribble a little doodle of Archie, and, point to it, look at Riz. Do you recognize this? I know you don't know what I'm saying. Right. But what are we trying to communicate? I mean, we're just getting ready to go, yeah? Oh, I'll doodle a very crude drawing of the Vardo and the horse. Oh, we're going to get the horse?
They tap their finger against the picture and nod.
Alright, let's go. Come on. Bud will stand up.
Riz will stand up immediately and start walking out.
Petra will whistle for Chisel.
Alright, Chisel appears momentarily. It is about 10 degrees out, but it has it's a bright, clear day, so you can see a beautiful blue sky stretching out in all directions. But it's just really, really cold today.
Closing the coat. Alright, well, let's head down the dock.
Okay. So we all head to the docks.
Alrighty. The group heads to the docks, and you're going to kill time till the ship arrives.
I mean, Riz is just pacing by there.
Alrighty. So I'm just going to go ahead and advance time then to about 1 p.m. You guys hang around the docks, probably get hungry at some point, eat lunch, whatever. And then eventually a ship will arrive, and it is the one that you chartered to arrive on that island some days ago.
It's not stopping. It's not stopping. There's no one on board.
Can you change the map to the town map?
It's coming right for the docks, and they're not slowing down.
It's become speed 2.
Oh no! Yeah.
I think Kurla will have been spending the day just trying to think through any of the healing spells that they know, trying to figure out if any of them might be useful. Which is my way of saying that I've looked through my list and I can't think of anything that would help.
Yeah. Alright, well that ship comes in, stops at one of the docks, and then they begin unloading what they had on board, like anything they needed to unload, including a Vardo with a black horse.
Riz rushes up to it and kind of slaps away any hands from the area. Just looks at it offended at everyone and starts leading the horse down.
The horse stamps a foot as it looks at you.
Yeah, I just keep leading it down to the group.
Alright, well,
Can finally get out of here, I guess.
I guess so. Are we
Alright.
taking both vehicles?
Could you say that again? I couldn't hear you.
Are we taking both vehicles?
Of course we are.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we wouldn't just
Why?
leave ours.
Well, I hope I'm going to travel in the world, though, if it's okay with you, Vera. I just want to get to know our new friends better. It's not because the cult is a terrifying BMS or anything
Wait,
like that.
you overlook the fact that we can now understand them?
What?
Oh, well, we've got to overcome this. Wait, what?
Wow. I thought I was low.
Oh, you can. We are communicating clearly now.
So
Okay,
sorry
good.
about that. Okay, let's get out of the dark area.
Hold
I hate
on.
it here.
What's with this fucking horse?
Wait a minute.
Don't look at me. You shut the fuck up.
Wait a minute.
This
Wait,
is
so you don't know who... Oh, I have questions, but yeah, I'm going to travel into Valdo if it's okay with you guys.
not particularly.
No?
I don't really like people inside of my house while I am not inside of it.
Wait, what is Kurla doing?
Kurla sits with me in front.
Ah, I see, that makes sense.
Kurla has the slightest smug look in their eyes.
Listen, you do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna start packing your things into the carriage, okay?
Me?
Yeah. All this
Oh,
stuff.
I'll just see you out there. I'm going to head up. I'll go ahead.
I'm pulling out a little teleport disc and just looking it over, making sure it's functional.
Are you gonna come back?
Oh, where are we going? We're going home, no? Back to the Temple of Military?
Yeah, it's gonna take a while to get there.
I motion at the carriage and the horrible horse.
And I have some things I could work on in the meantime, so I could meet you out there.
Alright.
If you run into trouble, send me a message and describe where you're at, and I come by.
Are you taking your stuff with you?
Of course.
Did you finish that thing from yesterday, or will that take
yes.
some time?
It's not quite finished, but here's the prototype. I wanted to let you know that it will consume the crystal heart, the first heart, if I use it.
I
So-
like your filigree, but can we make it silver looking? I know gold may be your aesthetic.
Oh, I can try that, yes.
If you do not mind, I prefer it. I just like how the color looks against all of the purple reflecting it.
Oh, I can see that.
The more colors, the better.
Okay, I don't know how many colors I can fit into it, but I'll see what I can do.
Thank you very much. And I hope that your journey home will be safe. I will be missing you. Petravian is paying me now, yes? Holds out hand to Petravian. 3 gold for day.
I'll do you a solid and come out today.
Oh, Lovette. So very sweet. Don't worry. Petravian is covering rest of year of travel. I do not know how long we are traveling.
Such a round number, though. Oh, hurts. This hurts.
And
Screw you there.
Just so we're clear, just so I understand, does that mean Archie will be going with you?
Yes, it does mean that. Well, actually, we can ask him. But we might want to go into the town square because I made some upgrades to his chassis and it might be safe also.
I assume we've been walking to that direction anyways from the docks. I didn't think we were standing around. So we might just be there.
Alright, I'll find a clear space and deploy him.
Alright. Lovette activates Archibald, and a little bit later, the sphere will break out into a significantly larger version of Archibald.
Yeah. Where he was, I guess, 13 feet 4 inches. Now he's 24 feet.
Archie is basically quadrupled in
Oh,
mass.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Kurla looks from Archie to Lovette and then back again. Right, are you compensating for something here?
Risen looks concerned.
How do you feel, buddy?
Everyone is smaller.
Yes, but I have an idea to help us out. Do you want to go with them or do you want to come home with me?
Archie looks to you and then to everyone else.
I do not understand.
Oh yes, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We are going home, but they are taking the carts, so they will take some time, and I'm going to go ahead and work on some projects. So I can bring you with me, or you can go with them.
Archie, if Archie could blink, Archie would. He looks back and forth between the two parties, between the rest, the group, and then Lovette. And he seems sort of paralyzed to make a decision here.
It's okay, buddy. Here. I'll give him the fire opal. I'll hold it out to him. It's very tiny to him. In fact, maybe if I hopefully have some sort of reservoir for him to hold things, for him to, like, place it into. You just say my name into that, and tell me a message, 25 words or less, and if you need me for anything, I'll be right there, okay?
I understand.
Alright, okay. You know what? I can't lose you, so I'll go with you. Let's go. Raise her arms up for the uppies.
Aww.
Although she can, like, stand on his hand right now.
Yeah, Archie lowers a hand, and you can literally just climb up onto it.
I'll walk onto it. I got my Iron Giant. I'm so happy right now.
So is that thing just... Sorry. Is Archie just gonna stay outside from now on?
Well, now, yes. I'll work on it. I have some ideas. No, I also have a solution for the interior of the Valdo.
Oh.
Yes, it's going to cost me a bit, but I'm going to try and develop a space for him.
You see as if Riz looks a little hurt by that comment, and they just turn and get on their cart. Come on, Kurla.
Kurla follows suit.
I try. I can't satisfy everyone.
Alright, so Vera will collect the stuff that's in Lovette's room.
Okay.
Put it into the carriage.
To the cart, yeah.
And we'll start heading back over to the temple.
Yeah. Oh dear him. Hi there.
Alrighty. Going from southwest Selaway, you guys are going to go north along the river, past the town of Warm Roots, following the road through the Merry Valley, past the Tower of Zell, across the Free States, to the free city of...
Zareth?
Zareth, thank you, sorry. I could remember Yugas, but I couldn't remember Zareth for some reason. Yeah, through the free city of Zareth, north across the fallow plains, and back to Vil. It's a bit of a journey, as you all know, so you've got quite a lot of time on the road. Is there anything in particular you'd like to do during this vast overland journey?
I want to find some time when we're resting, so that we're in a comfortable place. Do we generally rest in the Vardo, like the Vardo spell? Is that going to be...
I have that prepared every single day.
Right, okay. Probably sometime during that exchange rather than on the road, so it's not, like, really awkward. Yeah, I mean, at some point. So, good, yeah?
Oi, yes?
I know you're not really keen on these questions, but... Well, I'll start with some information. When we first met, you did seem shocked that we were so accepting, and I cannot blame you, given that the only orcs I've ever met, I've encountered maybe 7 of them, and it was only in one instance, and they tried to kill me. They seriously hurt a friend of mine, and they worshipped an evil devil as a sort of god. But I don't imagine that reflects on you. Do you know your parents?
I did. No, I did know them. But it's a long time ago.
Well, that's how I'm going to play. I'm certainly here to listen. And I can understand the sentiment. In a way, this way. But I do hope you understand we don't judge you for who you are.
Kurla just kind of sighs, and when they speak again, it's not in quite the same kind of harsh, nasty tones that a lot of what they've said so far has come out in. Look, as you say, it's been a very long time since... since I talked to people in... civilly. Most people, they want something from you, or they don't treat you with the respect that you might feel you deserve. I'm not good at this sort of thing, but I appreciate what you're trying to say to me. I hope that you understand what I'm trying to say back.
I do, and I appreciate it. And I certainly cannot blame you for having trouble communicating how you feel to people. I've certainly struggled with that myself.
I know you want to know about, where I come from and all that I've done and all of that. I'm not ready to tell you yet, but look, suffice it to say, and I think you probably gathered this, I was on my own for a very long time.
Yeah, I guess it. And I'm not trying to pry. I'm of course curious, but I'm not going to be invasive about the curiosity. I just want to cultivate a place where you feel like you can be safe to talk about these things.
Alright. You keep trying to get me to open up, and I'll keep on trying to be receptive to that. That's about as good as I can do right now.
But you just keep being a good friend to my boy, and that's all I'll ask from you. That's all I really want.
Kurla just smiles. Yeah, he's a good boy, isn't he?
He's the best. There's no one like you.
It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I imagine they kind of just sit in companionable silence that for the rest of the evening.
By the way, since leaving that village, there is now a room for Vera in the Vardos. Archie has his own room as well, in case you want a private place. It's a very large door. It seems that the ceiling has been raised too of the entire building.
Oh wow.
Although Riz's room still has a shorter ceiling, it seems. It's just slanted now so that it goes to a point to where that window is. And Vera's room has a bunch of fucking fake bees in it. It has just the sound of buzzing in there for you. They think it's like a white noise machine that you need.
Are they on like little dealy boppers? Like little...
You have a little like fountain, but instead of like it being water, it's honey.
Yeah.
But it still goes down kind of faster than honey. It's just a visual thing. It's like little floating honey pots that just have honey flowing down into like a little receptacle that just keeps going.
Nice.
Your bed is just fucking moss. Because they literally think you like sleeping on the floor.
I mean, as long as it's hard enough, yeah.
It's moss.
Moss on rocks!
And pretty much they tried to make like a forest with like the ceiling having like actual like sculpted hives all around the corners and stuff for you. And so there's like little itsy bitsy actual places for your bees to rest for the night too.
Aw.
Hummel has a special one next to your bed.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's a little itsy bitsy little hive for him. It has little itsy bitsy furniture in there for him too. If you looked in there, you could see it and be like, "What the fuck?" It's quite nice.
Oh, and Hummel uses it.
Kurla, your bedroom the next night has way too many pillows in it.
Outstanding.
Riz might be overcompensating. And Lovette, you've noticed that Riz has started to incorporate your filigree into the decoration. The colors have started to change. It's not just white walls anymore with the cogs and stuff. It's the actual, like, the blues and dark blues and kind of burgundy mixed into things, especially the fabrics on your bed. And some of the clockwork on one of the walls just kind of moves.
Oh,
It doesn't do anything, it just kind of makes a noise and moves.
it's ticking. The moon ticks. I love it.
Petravian room's the same.
Yay! Nice big, fluffy, nesting spot for Chisel.
Yeah. I don't know how he gets inside of the Vardo, though. That's the only thing.
Very carefully.
I mean, you could stone shape him. You could make him into a little thing, bring him inside, put him in his room, and then make him big again.
Yeah, it's just the antlers just won't fit on the door part of things. We're not using rope trick. We're using the actual Vardo. And for Archibald's room, Riz has sanctified that only Lovette and Archie are allowed to go into there, unless Archie invites someone in.
Aww.
They weren't sure if they should just say Archie can only invite people into his room for them to go in. But they were like, I don't know, Lovette's gotta... I don't understand how it works. So, Archie actually has a lot of stuffed animals in his room.
Yes.
Now, there is a tiny little garden for him that's kind of has a bunch of little mushrooms and flowers for him. And there's, like, little plastic shovels and rakes for him to play in it if he wants.
Like a sandbox?
Yeah, it's like a garden version of it. Where it'll just kind of go back together once he's done playing in it. So it always looks pristine once he's done. And there's a bunch of, like, dangling stuff from the ceiling. Some of them are birds, some of them are butterflies. It's kind of like a bunch of dream catchers almost. A lot of them catch the light in that room and they just look pretty. Pretty much Riz has put, like, ADHD safety shit everywhere for him. It's like, you need to mess with shit here. Here's all of the shit for you. Yeah, Riz made a baby room for him.
Well, that is like, I mean, she'll only go in if invited, even if it's not set that way. But if she gets a chance to look at it, she's got, like, foxtails in the face, just pushing her cheeks in. Look, I love it so much.
I tried my best to make something he might enjoy. I have not gotten much time to talk to him personally, but I tried.
What do you think of it, Archie?
It is very good.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
Of course, Archibald, if you want something changed, please let me know. I was just grasping at straws here. Apologies, the walls are still white. I still have to figure the design of it out.
It is very good. Thank you.
You're welcome! I'm going to go now.
Just leaves.
I'll probably hang out with Archie, but I don't need to go play the whole thing out. Just kind of, like, be like, oh, isn't this cool? You have a garden. Oh, look at the stuffed animals.
So, traveling along, Petra's going to say to Riz, while, again, trying to apologize for any sort of overstepping the bounds while they were in that tub. But he did come up with another spell to try to see if remove curse, if they'd be interested in letting him try that.
Riz looks at him unamused.
I already told you, I've already tried it, Petravian. I can show you myself.
But can you remove your own curses?
You should be able to. I've done it for other people, I can do it for myself. Do you not believe in my abilities?
I believe in your abilities, but might be rules of curses.
From the person who was worshipping Eden by using Vaism.
Just a blank stare at him.
It's just a theory.
Go to bed, Petravian.
But I'm not sleepy. No, I kid.
You see that they were grabbing in their cloak for a moment, and then when you say you're kidding, their hand rests back at their side again. They were gonna whack you with their stick.
With their stick. Well, you ever want to try, the offer's on the table.
Wow, like I haven't heard that before.
Alright, so first of all, first night, Vera is going to teleport to the hive.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to activate the Hive Queen's amulet and speak out to the people of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
For those who are interested in hearing what I have to say, feel free to join me at the altar.
Okay. A little while later, a bunch of the congregation will arrive.
My traveling party, as well as myself, are on our way back. The things we saw on the Snowy Isle were not settling. What we encountered was what used to be the vessel that Mellifera took before all of this. However, what is occurring now is the first part of her rebirth. We have received the items we need from her. She has gifted each in my party a magical weapon that may be needed in the proceedings. It will take us a couple of months to get back, but when we do, we will have the items we need to perform what we need to, and fully start this process, to at least get it begun. I thank all of my brothers and sisters that are gathered here. Thank you. Utu Vesimbis. And Vera will talk to them if any of them have questions and stuff.
All right. Yeah, they'll definitely converse with you for a while, and thank you for your dedication and hard work as always.
So every once in a while, Vera will return for the night to sleep or do anything at the hive.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in Zareth, Vera will take a day to preach and help the criers that she set up in that city, because they're trying to get more people in that area.
Alrighty.
And I assume that we'll probably also stop a few times for Riz to do some fortunes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like to stop so that I can make money.
Money, please.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Please.
So, the caravan, your two carts will go along this long journey, arriving back at the Temple of Mellifera, and we will pick that up next week.
Thanks for listening. As always, special thanks to William Succi and Andreas Pichler for the intro and outro themes, and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode's soundtrack. Interested in following us on social media? Follow us on Twitter at CheckPleaseDND. Or want to support the podcast and be part of the Czech Republic? Go to our Patreon under the Czech Republic. Until next time!